Let's go.
Who are these guys? These handsome
They're not real.
They're not real.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go! Energy to do our thing, get your camera.
Hey, everybody. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Again,
Let's just get the show started now.
Welcome. Welcome, my friends. You are watching the Popcast Unleashed Monday at 10 a.m. My name is Brian. That is Shane. We are
at 10 a.m.
Oh, well, it's supposed to be 10 a.m. But I oversleep because I slept because last night when I was coming home, there was a squirrel in my car and it vomited all over the place. So,
what? Squirrel in your car? Okay,
I'm just making him an excuse.
Listen, I had already given you an excuse. I told him we had communication issues. Literally, I couldn't get a hold of you.
Yeah,
I couldn't reach you.
Shane called like 30 times.
I'm like, I guess we're not doing a show today. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm here. We're here. It's going to be a great show. We're talking about a couple awesome things today. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail, but
I did.
Yeah, but we're talking about, we're talking about Nelson Peltz and the man who is attempting to take over Disney. And this is his second attempt. And the guy is, they call him an activist investor. That's going to be fun. We're also talking about Bigfoot.
Okay, that's random.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep this theme going. Where I find
circumcised bears.
Yeah, we find some crazy, these like mystical cryptology, Atlantis.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And I saw another article I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, so Bigfoot versus bears. That's gonna be real fun.
All right.
Also, filthy Tesla trucks need to be dealt with. And DeSantis dropped out of the race. Ron DeSantis, the presidential candidate, and that means that now it's Trump versus Hillary Clinton. I mean, sorry, Nikki Haley.
Oh, we know where you stand on the topic.
Well,
all right.
I'm not saying she's Hillary Clinton, but she is funded partially by the same people. So that's the joke.
They kind of talk the same. It's weird.
They do. I think Nikki Haley is more attractive, though, to be honest. But I'm into older chicks.
Hillary Clinton was never attractive.
Yeah,
even as the first lady,
right.
She was never attractive.
Yeah. We're wearing the most expensive, attended to by the best. Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, if you're being honest, Melania Trump is probably the best looking first lady we've ever had.
Yeah, but wasn't she like a model?
I mean, I don't care. She's if you go back and look at all the portraits of first ladies, you've got her, and then you've got like Jacqueline Kennedy. Like that's pretty much where it ends.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I found it interesting that I think Jacqueline Kennedy was pretty attractive.
She was.
Yeah. So we're gonna rock and roll. How you doing, Shay? What's going on with you?
Good weekend. I spent all weekend going through a book that I'm almost through with, trying to do some research for our next video, and hopefully have that done today. I pretty much worked all weekend. I do have something I wanted to share. I've been pretty depressed since I don't have the right hat on here. I've been pretty depressed since the Miami Dolphins lost.
Oh yeah.
My football team. I've actually, it's affected me more than it has most years. Usually the Dolphins are pretty shitty, and you're they're going to be crappy, and then they might surprise you and oh, okay, that was pretty good, not bad, we made the playoffs. But this year there was high expectations, and then we really failed to meet them.
Right.
But yesterday, the Buffalo Bills, who are in our division and whom I hate, sorry any Bills fans, they lost horribly against the Chiefs, and so now suddenly I feel better. I don't know how to explain it. So I guess somebody else's misery loves company, as the saying goes, and I don't feel quite as bad as I did.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my weekend.
That's good. I would like to know if you're in the chat. I would like to know what the thumbnail of this stream looks like, because for some reason YouTube is showing me last week's thumbnail. So.
Oh well, I saw it. It was right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's just jump right into it, man. This Nelson Peltz thing is pretty nuts. You heard about this guy, right?
Oh yeah. I've been following it very closely, actually. The reality is that when it comes to Disney, I know we complain a lot and we talk about Disney and we're pissed off at, what they're doing with their franchises, and they're just ruining movies and all that stuff. The reality is that, there was a time when we really had high hopes for Disney, and
Right.
we've supported Disney hugely. In my retirement account, I have 250 shares of Disney stock.
Wow.
Okay. At a cost basis of $37,000.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
But it's only worth $22,000, nearly a 40% loss because of this bullshit that's going on with Bob Iger. So I, for one, am very excited about Nelson Peltz, who has announced that his company, so it's essentially not just Nelson Peltz, it's his company. It's a company called Tryon. They help companies basically reset themselves. And so what Nelson Peltz is trying to do, he's not really trying to like take over Disney. He doesn't want to own Disney. He just wants to be on the board so he can help make it better.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but what I did find interesting was so this is the second attempt now, and what he's also trying to do though is get other board members to sponsor him, and if he can actually get like I guess 2 more board members in addition to his shares, then he'll have enough power to appoint the next chairman, right?
Right. Yeah. His company, Tryon, is currently the largest shareholder of Disney stock. So they have $3 billion worth of Disney stock, which I thought was hilarious because Iger has been selling his stock off since 2005. So he's been selling his stock off. He now only owns $19 million in stock. So 19 million versus 3 billion. He's the guy who's running the show. And the non-management board directors, they only own combined $14 million in shares. So you essentially have a whole bunch of people with very little vested interest in the company running the company into the ground. And this guy, Nelson Peltz, who, he's an American billionaire businessman and investor. He's a founding partner of this Tryon with Peter May, who would also be on the board. This guy is somebody he's a non-executive chairman of Wendy's, right? The burger company. He sat on the boards of Cisco, Madison Square Garden Company, Heinz Company, the ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup.
So he's got a long career of being successful in business. And if you listen to this thing where Nelson's talking, he basically says, look, we love Disney. And we just want Disney to be successful because it's part of our American culture. I mean, he's saying like all the right things.
Right.
And so his goal is, they're going to be putting out a paper. So there's a website that you can visit where it talks about, it's called restorethemagic.com. And at first it made me think of Inside the Magic, that stupid, and I'm like, what did he say? But it's restorethemagic.com. And essentially it goes in there and outlines everything that they want to do. What are they planning to do? They're going to be putting out a white paper, basically explaining its full case for why investors like me, Brian, do you still have shares?
I do. Yeah. I can't pull out. I would lose all my money.
Right. So we need to make sure we stay close to this announcement. Hopefully sometime in April when they have the annual board meeting, we can actually vote as shareholders for this guy to be on the board. So if he gets the support of 2 more board members, I think he can actually get a vote to be on the board. And if enough shareholders say, then he'll be on the board. And so what is it that they're trying to accomplish here? This is actually really, really great. And I love this, this one. They want to, I thought this is the best part. They want to execute on a clear, actually they want to have a board-led review of the creative process and structure to restore leadership accountability and reclaim #1 box office position with leading economics. That's a very fancy way of saying change all the stupid shit they're doing with Disney movies and put it back on the right track the way Disney movies used to be made. So that's one of the 5 things that they're looking to do. I mean, that's the thing that I think that's really the most important thing that's ruining Disney right now is essentially their forward-facing, streaming platform and the movies they're putting out. That's what's hurting Disney. The parks definitely have an issue. He's saying that They need to have more money put into the parks. The parks need to be upgraded. They're starting to slide. They're starting to decompose. The parks are,
Right.
and they don't have enough money to be able to go in and actually fix things and make things better.
Oh, you guys don't have enough money? I'm sorry. $1,500 for a pass is not enough money. You need more.
Well,
I'm so
they're
sorry,
busy.
guys.
They're busy, shoving it down the tubes on content they're creating that nobody wants to watch. So,
well, I know during COVID too, they were losing like an insane amount of money every single day because they couldn't stay open, but they had to maintain it, right?
They were, but it literally would have taken like 2 Marvel movies to like get it all back.
Right.
If they just did it correctly.
Two decent Marvel movies, you're saying.
Two decent Marvel movies to get it all back. I mean, yeah, they did lose a lot of money. They were paying their employees, trying to do the right thing. But this whole, woke agenda, allowing the minority members of their organization, like the employees, to kind of, take control over the company is what's created this. And it all falls at the hands of Bob Iger. This guy who came back into power, he put Bob Chapek in the seat. He put Bob Chapek in the seat as the CEO. Bob Chapek, folded to his employee base and basically allowed the culture of Disney to change. Bob Iger came back, didn't change anything. And for the last 4 years, he's essentially been trying to figure out how to retire. The guy don't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
But he's making too much money, and his ass needs to go. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, it's even then he was sort of like running. He was still sort of running it as like a shadow CEO.
He was pulling the strings in the background for sure.
He had like he still had like a office, and it was next to Bob Chapek's office. And
Bob, get in here.
Yeah.
What
hey, Bob. What's this thing about? I'm hearing about this. Yeah. So like when he quote unquote returned, like I bet you most people there weren't remotely surprised at his return.
I don't think so. And if you take a look at it, what Peltz is saying is, and he said this in the CNBC interview, he's like, look, we're going to be Batman and Robin. If we get elected to the Disney board, we're going to go in there and we're going to actually stand up to Bob Iger and say, when something's not a good idea, we're going to tell him it's not a good idea. One of the claims that they've said is that Iger, basically everybody sitting on the board, and we said this as well. We did a couple of stories about it. Everybody on that board has been handpicked by Iger, and they're in his pocket.
Right.
So he really has no pushback on anything that he wants to do.
Right.
And since he has no stock, really a very little stock investment in the company based on what he's making, he doesn't really have any, he doesn't care if the stock price goes up. He's getting paid no matter what. He wants to retire. He's not there for the long-term success of Disney. He did a great job. I mean, in his time, he did a great job. He got Star Wars, he got Marvel, he really added to the Disney brand. They opened up new parks. Bob Iger did a good job as CEO initially.
Yeah.
But he just here at the end, he just doesn't give a shit anymore. So we need somebody like Nelson Peltz, people who actually care about Disney, to come back in and say, look, we're not going to let our employee base determine what the future of Disney is. We're not going to allow the Kathleen Kennedys, and we're not going to allow the creatives who are in here to control the destiny of Disney's stock price. So I think it's only a positive thing, and we just have to wait until April to see if something actually shakes out for it. But we'll be following it closely.
Yeah, that's stuff that happened in Florida with quote unquote don't say gay thing. And they had like their little, like literally like a tiny percentage of their employees were like, we're going to strike because you're not actively against this Ron DeSantis bill or whatever it was. I'm not even sure the details, but the bottom line is the company caved. The entire company caved to a literal handful of people in Florida. And
yeah, it's crazy.
I found it so shocking to me that this multi-international, almost 100-year-old company, trillions of dollars would bow to the whim of 23 people in Florida.
Yeah, it all came at a weird time. It was all, wrapped around the COVID stuff. So you already had Florida, who was kind of separated itself from the United States as one of the few states to go against basically all of the COVID restrictions that were going on.
Yeah.
So you already had this kind of left versus right mentality. And then when you had they didn't want people to use, I guess they didn't want to talk about sexuality in, K through.
Right. They
third
called it
grade
the
or something
"Don't
like
Say
that.
Gay" bill, when in reality it was like, hey, listen, kindergartners don't need to know anything about your sexuality.
They don't. And that goes for gay or straight or
Anything. Yeah.
or furry,
Yeah.
whatever. They don't know.
Whatever,
They don't need to know. They don't need to know
Whatever you're
anything.
into. Your kids don't
If
need
you're
to know
talking about sex in grade school, there's something wrong with you. You shouldn't have a sexual conversation in grade school until 6th grade, when you get to talk, that your parents are like, I don't want to talk to my kid about this stuff. So a teacher that you have no idea who they are does it, and then you get to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shouldn't
like the
happen
rest
till
of us well-adjusted people. In 6th grade, have the gym teachers tell you all about how sex works, okay? That's completely normal.
there was, I think, Mean Girls, the first Mean Girls movie had that.
Oh yeah, my gym teacher too. One of my gym teachers when I was in 6th grade was also like, he was like the gym teacher and like the recess janitor. Like he would walk around picking up all the balls, and he's the guy who walked in there and goes, "Okay, guys, welcome to sexual education." I'm like, the fuck? How are you qualified, dude?
Oh, it was weird for me. We had like all the 6th grade teachers. There were 3 6th grade teachers, and they shuffled us all into like one area, and like all the teachers were there, and they were like weirdly relaxed. Like my male 6th grade teacher was like sitting on the desk with his leg up and stuff. I'm like, it was so creepy and weird.
But all drinking wine. They had a couple Xanaxes.
It's
okay,
like,
kids, let's talk about sex. Oh yeah, like it's a late night radio show.
At that time, it's fine. I mean, not that it really is, but that's the way our society is.
Right.
So the fact that they were trying to do this was weird, and so Chapek just didn't have the, I'm sure they went around and said, no, we need to support our employees. No, what he should have said was, this is an internal Disney issue. Media, thank you for the question, but we of course support all of our employees, but Disney does not officially support what's happening. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have, from a standpoint as a company, officially supported it.
We have no comment at this time. Period. The end.
And that was it was already spiraling, I think, at that point.
Right.
But that just became the slide, so to speak. And the stock price has continuously gone down. Disney Plus is not earning a profit, which is just crazy.
Which is like unbelievable to me. I don't know. How is it even a possibility that a company that is service, that has that many subscribers, that is getting that much money per month, can somehow be in the red? I don't know how any business that is making that much money per month can be in the red every single year. I don't know what the costs. I would love to see like the breakdown cost sheet about what it costs to run Disney Plus, because I'm so confused.
Well, that's what Peltz wants. And what he says is Disney, what Disney really needs is accountability. And that's what a board of directors is supposed to do. They're supposed to have accountability. So after it reports earnings on February 7th, Disney will release its definitive proxy materials, which includes the date of the annual meeting. And he's going to make his arguments. There's a proxy advisory service called Glass Lewis and ISS. And they'll actually, so it isn't the board that decides. It's like this proxy service. So because this guy's like owns 3 billion shares of Disney stock, they literally have to have a middleman come in and like determine, the correct course of action for this. So they'll come in and play like mediator for the board and for this Trian Corporation with Nelson Peltz.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens. Iger said that he plans to leave Disney in 2026, but he seems to do whatever the hell he wants. So hopefully Peltz can come in and usher him out, usher in a better CEO, somebody who cares about the future of Disney. I heard that Comcast in this interview, it talks about Comcast is building huge amusement parks, supposedly to like rival Disney. In Florida, in Chicago, in different areas.
The Universal brand.
I don't know if it's Universal brand or if they're doing something new, but they're building new parks, and Disney hasn't updated its parks in a long time. So, trouble on the horizon for sure.
Here's some of the latest stats on Disney Plus. Disney has 150 million subscribers globally as of 2024. Disney's registered revenue is $8.5 billion in 2023. the global average monthly revenue per paid subscriber is $6.58. And the crazy thing, I added it up. Okay, so the average is $6.58 because some users get it cheaper with certain bundled services, et cetera. And then you add up that insane number, 150 million, right? 1, 2, 3, times $6.58, and you get $987 million per month. Right?
Yeah.
Are you guys hearing these insane numbers? So the average per paid subscriber is
wait, how much?
$987 million a month.
$987 million. So in 24 months, they can pay for She-Hulk series?
She-Hulk might cost $200 million.
How much was it?
$200 million.
Well, $10 million a month. What's 20 months?
No, it's $987 million a month.
Oh, okay. So they could do three. They could do 3 or 4.
Well, and this is what drives me nuts. Like, they reported 8.4 billion. So their numbers don't even make any sense. They report $8.4 billion of revenue in 2023. Right? They also report that their average paid subscriber, the revenue from their average paid subscriber, so their revenue from their average paid subscriber is $6.58. And they have 150 plus million subscribers. Those numbers don't make sense. That does not add up to 8.5 billion. Those numbers add up to almost 12 billion.
Someone got some splaining to do.
So where's the other $4 billion at, bro?
Bob Iger's pocket.
Like things do not add up. Like, things don't add up. And they also have 350 million downloads. So they have like more than double the amount of downloads than they have users, which is not normal when you have no free content. So there is numbers that are missing, and I would love to see what those numbers are.
Well, the annual report comes out in February, so we'll see what happens.
Just imagine that. Imagine be like, yeah, listen, last month we only made $987 million. We need to make more.
Well, and that doesn't include the parks,
right?
The cruise lines,
right.
The hotels.
It
doesn't include
Plus. Right.
The park. I mean, it doesn't include any of that shit. So there's a lot of money that makes no sense.
Listen, Shane, we only made $987 million last month. I don't know what we're gonna do. We need to charge more for our services.
Yeah,
apparently. And you go like, what are the costs? What? It's not servers. Like, people go like, you know what it costs to run a streaming service? You have to have servers. The servers do not cost as much as you think they cost. Okay, as someone who has 2 servers in this room right now, we own a server on AWS. We own a server at another co-location company. I'm sure they're spending way more than we are, but not $987 million a month.
Amazon's charging $800 million a month.
Yeah, man. Amazon's like, yeah, listen, Disney. I know you have your servers here at AWS. It's going to cost what was your revenue? Revenue is $887 million.
Thanks. All right. Well, we'll have to see what happens with that. And all right, let's move on to some super chats, huh?
Yeah, let's do some super chats. You know what's interesting is the fact that Amazon not only owns all the shipping and all of the shopping and all that, but they also own like most of the servers on the internet. That's not scary to anyone else.
Let me tell you, they're trying to own everything.
Yeah,
like apparently. Amazon is doing everything it can. If you don't have a federal case against Amazon and the company gets broken up, then you'll never break up any company because they deserve it.
They're so big. They don't have an individual monopoly, but they may as well have. Like, these guys own most of the servers that their competition uses.
Well, the servers, the checkout systems for almost every website with Apple checkout. They've got Amazon checkout.
Amazon Pay, yeah.
You've got the corner of the market on e-commerce, obviously now streaming. Yeah, I mean, what's next?
Right?
The auto insurance, like what? What's next?
Yeah, they're going to get into the
Oh,
insurance.
they are trying to do shipping for all other companies. So they're trying to put UPS and USPS out of business. Yeah, I mean, come on.
I could totally see that scummy company getting into the insurance company. Imagine
Why not?
Bezos. Well, he's not in charge anymore, but let's just say he is because it's funnier this way. He's like, hey guys, listen. The next industry we need to get in is I just read about this. Imagine an industry where you take money from people every month and promise that you may support them when they need you, but you don't actually have to.
Right. And here's what's even better. It's required by law that they pay us.
Yeah. And all we got to do to compete is just register. And then they're forced to give us area. And then slowly we'll just take over all of the area. And because of the way states work, no one will know. No one will care that we have a monopoly on all the insurance claims in the world.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if they had a commercial where they're like running over a gecko and then running over like a general, and like running over like, and it's like an Amazon truck or something like that.
It's an Amazon truck driven by a bald, yoked out Jeff Bezos.
Those creepy little mascots can't protect you. You know, that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Okay, we have a couple of super chats. Frodo Lives for $1.99. He just says,
all right,
here's $1.99, bros. Thank you, Frodo Lives. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps go to the Pineapple Pizza Fund. And Jeremy Snyder, 5 Pop Culture Unleashed memberships.
What
My
up?
man, coming
Thanks,
through with
Jeremy.
the woo.
Yes, and those memberships are going to become even more critical now because the simple fact that these shows, once we do them live, they're only available to members. So catch them live or be a member.
I don't believe we explained that really well.
No.
I did not explain that well. It's my bad.
Do it now. Explain it.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. We changed the way our shows go up. We still do our show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But now what's going to happen is they turn into member shows about halfway through, which means that so we do an hour here, then another hour in the private stream for only members. Once it becomes a member stream, guess what? It's no longer available for replay. So you could be watching it live. It's cool. You can see it live whether you're a member or not. But once
if you start it live, right? Even if you so let's say you start watching it at 10:59, you can continue. They're not going to rip it out of your hand. You can watch the show.
Yeah, I actually don't know yet on that. But apparently, I got reports that's this case where as long as you were tuned in live, you can still watch it once you were plugged in.
Okay.
I don't know, but right now it's starting out public. It goes into a membership halfway through, which means that at the end it's no longer are archived as a video you can replay unless you're a member. And there's a couple reasons for doing that. First, we want to make sure our members are getting the most the best benefit from this, and no longer have to go and try to find member streams. But then additionally, it allows our hopefully our channel to start growing because live shows and videos don't really mix very well on YouTube.
That's the main reason why we're doing it. So we wanted the shows to still be available. The other option was making them just turning them off. So you get to watch it live and then it becomes unlisted. But then we thought, well, we could do that, but then no one gets to watch them. Why not make it a members thing? So the motivation was not to make it a member benefit. It just kind of turns out that way, which is cool for members.
The way YouTube works, right?
Right. But we really need is the other, clips that we put up on our show to actually grow the show, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but for the last 7 months, our subscriber base has just gone down and our views are pretty, they're just the same each show, which is great. We're glad you guys come and show, but in order to be able to do this long term, and to be able to afford to do it, we have to grow the channel. So that's the motivation behind it. Hopefully it doesn't leave anybody out. Hopefully you get to watch the show. It is pretty cheap if you want to be a member. So hopefully you do that. Yeah.
And here's a little ad before we go on to the next topic. A couple months ago, we talked about the infamous Mark Twain music video. Remember that, Shane? I'm Mark Twain. This is my name. Yeah. I finally found it deep, buried into my hard drive. I found this gem from the late 90s. And I uploaded it to YouTube, and I've let it sit in the system to make sure there's no copyright issues. I don't know. But now that we know it's 100% good, this music video is going to be going up as a members video this week for all you hardcore people out there.
Let's give it a 10-second listen.
Oh, I have to unmute it. This is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at all these white people, these little white teenagers that literally like in their mom's Jaguars. So this is a real music video that a bunch of rich yuppie kids made, looking like gangsters. And
let's just give a little taste. All
right, okay.
That's it. We're good. Save it for the member section.
Look at the guy. The guy with the gun in his sweats is really funny.
Yeah, I don't know where we ran across this like a decade ago, but
I think we found it on like one of those like E-Bombs World or something a million years ago, and I just saved it for some reason. Yeah, that's going to be going up as a members video, and it will always be a members video because I'm pretty sure that we would get in trouble for making that live.
Well, it's somebody else's video, so you wouldn't want to do that.
All right, it's true. All right, next topic. We need to talk about those filthy, disgusting Tesla trucks.
I don't like hearing this, man. I've got Tesla stock. I do not want to hear about problems with the Cybertruck.
Yeah. So first off, full disclosure here, I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Cybertruck, and I'll tell you why. Not because it's a good-looking truck. It is not.
Because it looks like something out of Terminator 3.
Not because it works great, because apparently it doesn't work that great. For one reason is that this might be the most unique vehicle in the last 25 years. I remember a time where cars coming out in like the 90s were unique, where you had like, remember the Dodge Viper? It was literally like the Batmobile,
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that.
Like,
very expensive.
Yeah, like commercially available vehicles and personally available vehicles were unique, and like people were outdoing themselves to try to come out with unique vehicles, whether it's the Avalanche, the truck that you can turn from an SUV into a pickup truck.
Right.
The Dodge Viper.
The Transformer.
That the PT Cruiser. That one car where it looks like a Model T hot rod. But there were so many really cool ideas. And over the last 30 years, every single vehicle I see is just sort of like an amalgamation of every other vehicle.
Of the yes, it's an amalgamation of the Prius.
It's right. It's just a it's just a
Prius.
It's a
everything
version
out
of the
there
Prius.
is goddamn Prius.
It's like someone when their AI and just made a lot of images based on the Prius, and that's every single car is just based on that car. It's just sort of like the typical sedan. And the only real difference is what type of vehicle. You're getting an SUV, a sedan, a truck, or a van or whatever. I remember when the Chevy Venture came out and there was a door on each side, people were like, whoa, mind blowing. I don't feel like we're actually like innovating anymore in the auto industry. And as someone who used to love cars and love all these crazy ideas, and my favorite car is probably an El Camino or something like that, unique cars. I have really lost interest in cars. And then when the Cybertruck, when Elon Musk, that crazy bastard, came out with the Cybertruck. First off, guys, it's called the Cybertruck.
Which is a great name.
Yeah, Elon Musk is such a nerd though. Like he's literally, it's like, what's so cool? Cyberpunk is a very cool aesthetic. Let's make a truck called the Cybertruck.
Yes, I love his autistic nature, because he should have just named the truck the X Truck.
He should have.
The X Truck. I mean, it was coming. He probably tried to name it the X Truck, and they're like, no. Come on, Elon.
Yeah, my favorite part was this. And you guys recall this? He's going to show the durability of the prototype X Truck, and he tells
this was the first demo.
Yeah, the first demo. He tells one of the designers, the guy who's been working on this thing for years, months. He's like, listen, take your metal ball and show him how durable it is. And he gives him like a lead ball. And here we go.
Should we tell Elon we didn't
Sure.
replace the windshield?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It instantly
shit.
breaks.
Shit. Look at the look on his face. He's like,
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
I love Elon's reaction was like, oh well, a little too hard.
That's right. He had Joe Rogan fire a dart or shoot a crossbow into it. So
Yeah.
it's bad.
So the thing is, this truck, if you notice, it looks like, it literally looks like a vehicle out of Cyberpunk 2020, whatever, that game. Or any game. It looks like, if you remember playing those racing games where you were in like a futuristic race truck kind of thing. I think it was called like Microsoft Future Racer or something. It looks like that. Like someone was like, hey, all those racing games from the 90s? Let's make an actual truck based on that. So I love this idea. Not because I actually like the way it looks or works, but I just want, I want something that is unique. And it's made out of stainless steel. What was the last car that was made out of stainless steel, Shane?
Oh, it was a flying car.
Yes, the flying car. Do you guys recall the infamous DeLorean? The last vehicle made out of pure, unpainted, untarnished stainless steel was the DeLorean from Back to the Future, that car. Right. Now, if I do believe that Elon might letting his nerd underwear show a little, his underoos show a little bit when he's like, well, you want to make a cyberpunk truck and it needs to be stainless steel like the DeLorean.
Of course, that's why he did it. And that's why we love it, because it does kind of have that DeLorean vibe. But let's talk about this article.
And here we go. So, in the contract, so first off, people are starting to get their Cybertrucks now. It's it was delayed a lot for obvious reasons. People are starting to get them finally after long delays. And because they're made out of stainless steel, they have no paint, they have no protection, they have nothing. There's actually a part of their manual. This is what it says in the owner's manual. To prevent, and I'm going to read it in Elon's voice because it's just funnier to me. To prevent damage to the exterior, immediately remove corrosive substances such as grease, oil, bird droppings, tree resin, dead insects, tar spots, road salts, industrial fallout, etc. Do not wait until...
Waste.
What's that?
Nuclear waste. I'm just adding to it.
Yeah, nuclear waste, child vomit, roadkill. Do not wait until the Cybertruck is due for a complete wash. If necessary, use denatured alcohol to remove tar spots and stubborn grease stains. Then immediately wash the area with water and a mild non-detergent soap to remove the alcohol. Because it's made out of stainless steel.
Right.
Which means that anything that touches this thing for too long can corrode it to the point where it's no longer rust resistant.
Well, that's not 100% true. So I did a little bit of digging deeper, which this person did not do in their article, unfortunately. This person, interesting, they point out this thing, which is interesting that you put it. If anybody has had a vehicle, you know that you need to get grease, oil, bird droppings, tree resin, tar from the road. That shit's got to come off your car pretty quick on any vehicle, because the longer you let it sit on your car, the harder it is to get off of it.
Right.
Okay. The harder it is to clean it. So that's one thing. So
I haven't washed my car in 3 years.
Huh?
I haven't washed my Jeep in 3 years.
Well, okay. Well, it's your Jeep. So
I let the rain do it.
It's all, well, so the point is that you should be doing that with your vehicles anyways.
Sure. Yeah.
So because it makes it difficult. You can't remove it, and it's ugly, and it makes your car look like shit. Now you're talking about, if you want your stainless steel to be, to be clean and pristine, you're going to have to, it's going to show up on that stuff. What's interesting about this article though, is they go through and they ask these questions like, what is it? Is the stainless steel, going to, is it going to be a problem? If you drive for the summer, is your Cybertruck, is it going to like disintegrate? They ask all these questions, right? And then they don't give us any answers. It says, I guess we'll have to wait for Cybertruck owners to give us the answers. Well, dumbass, if you just go and like pull up a couple articles, Does stainless steel deteriorate? Stainless steel is highly resistant to corrosion, staining, and rust. Not completely immune to deterioration, but neither is vehicles even with a clear coat and painted. So, hopefully Elon or somebody over at Tesla will say why this is in here. But my guess is the reason why this is actually in the manual is because if you do this, it's going to make the vehicle look better. And let me ask you, in order to sell more Cybertrucks, what do you want to do? You want people to keep their Cybertrucks clean and looking good, right? Because then more people are going to want to buy the truck because it looks good. Because stainless steel, if you don't take care of it, it'll get splotchy.
Well, it'll get scratched really easily.
Yes. So you do kind of got to take care of stainless steel, but it doesn't mean, they're making this article sound and they're making it sound like
there is something to it. You have a good point, but then there is what this guy just said, the oxide barrier. There is an oxide barrier. And paint is what protects metal, whether it's stainless steel or aluminum, whatever it is, from that oxide barrier. This has no paint, which means that even though it's more resistant than the metals, it's not as resistant as it would be if it had a clear coat of paint.
It's not as resistant, but it's like a fraction less resistant. So like stainless steel is like super resistant. Now, if there was a coat of paint on it, would it be a fraction more? Yes. But they make it sound like, oh my God, we need to be concerned that your vehicle is going to corrode in 6 months or whatever.
Well, what I'm worried about more is like, have you ever had stainless steel things? They get scratched so easy. And the longer you have them, the more little tiny scratches all over them. And you're just going to see Cybertrucks walking by. They just look like the back of that old tablet you have where it's just like covered in scratches, dude.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I haven't looked into this, but hopefully they have some sort of clear coating over the stainless steel that protects it from things like that.
It's raw stainless steel.
So you're saying there's no coating at all in the stainless steel?
Just like the DeLorean, there's no coating. It's
interesting.
It's just the oxide barrier, which is formed naturally. You can kill that oxide barrier with a little bit of sanding. It's funny that the scratching is going to be really noticeable in the future. I also saw a video where the Cybertruck was doing an off-road test and it got stuck, and it was so embarrassing for Elon because like they had to call like a gas engine, like a regular Ford truck, and the guy walks up, the guy drives up, and he's like, a hillbilly. He's like, hey, you guys got your fancy electric vehicle all stuck out here, huh? That's why you gotta have a good big truck like this. He pats his car. Either way, man, this is the car that I want. I want a good old fashioned or a good new Cybertruck. That's what I want.
It just drives me crazy. I looked up will the Cybertruck rust, and there's all these things linked to this article. Right. Oh, it turns out the Cybertruck's going to corrode. Oh, you better wipe bird poop off. Hey, listen, guys, you need to do that for any vehicle you have, not just the Cybertruck.
Yeah, this isn't
a little bit disingenuous.
The look of this thing is just so wild to me. Like
it is, and it's wider than other vehicles. Mm-hmm. So when it first came out, my son was completely obsessed with it, and he was like getting the measurements. And he'd go out and measure our car, and he's like, Dad, you couldn't fit this thing in the driveway next to Mom's car. And I'm like, don't worry, son. I can't afford that vehicle anyways.
Yeah, we're not going to be a problem, son.
Not a problem. But apparently it's wider than having like a 2-vehicle driveway. You would struggle to have both vehicles in there.
I found it funny. Like, you can reserve your Cybertruck today for $150. You're like, cool. And how much is the car?
You'll be paying for it for the rest of your life.
Right. Okay, guys, that's it for Tesla. I found it fascinating. Listen, I'm not downing Elon Musk. I like Elon Musk a lot, and I like what he does. And I like that he has the courage to sort of like just bum rush every idea he has with everything. He just gives everything his all, whether it works or not. And he does. And, some stuff he does doesn't work, or maybe it's a work in progress. And I like how I hate how the liberal media is constantly just attacking every single thing that fails or not. Look, guys, you're going to have failures on the way to success. Why is Elon Musk one of the most successful people on the planet? because he does a lot. He failed a lot, probably a lot of things before those few things work. Every failure is a lesson on what's going to get you to the next step. Every rocket that blew up was just them learning how to get to the next step. Every failed PayPal gateway or whatever, like failure is an important part of succeeding. Without failure, you cannot succeed. You cannot
100%.
succeed without failing first.
Well, and he doesn't sleep much, and he works pretty much constantly. You have to be. Can you imagine being a genius who all you do is work? Imagine what you can accomplish. We like to spend time with our family, so we're screwed.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Can't do it. All right, let's talk about. I'm sorry. Composure. Shane, let's talk about Bigfoot.
All right. I don't mind talking about Bigfoot.
No, I know.
Bigfoot could be real.
Do you like what I'm doing here when I'm adding these like sort of cryptozoology?
Aren't you going to do news of the weird thing?
Fringe science, stuff to the show?
Where's our news of the weird intro?
Well, no, this is not Weekly Weird.
It could be though. It should.
You know what? It could be. You know what? You're right. Yeah. F it. We're gonna make this a Weekly Weird. Here we go.
Thanks.
Get ready, you fucking weirdos.
That intro is the weirdest godforsaken intro.
But it's kind of that. You know what? It's weird, which is cool because it's the Weekly Weird.
Yeah. So I was trying to make an intro that made very little sense.
You succeeded.
I succeeded. I was my first attempt at the intro was gonna be just a slow zoom on my face, and I was like, and then you in the background, get ready, you fucking weirdos. I was gonna make it creepy like that, but I decided not to do it.
That would have been kind of weird, like creepy. What's funny is, speaking of Bigfoot, I found myself just randomly watching Gary's what's his show, Far Out Universe.
That's my favorite thing that Gary does. Yeah, the whatever he does it with the guy, Tim Cass's old friend, and Garrett.
They got like a
not Garrett. What's Garrett's real name? What's his fake name? It's
Quarterblack. You're talking about Quarterback Garrett? Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting because they were talking about Bigfoot. So and then you brought up this story. I'm like, well, maybe Brian was watching it too. Is Bigfoot real? Before you tell the story, Brian, do you think Bigfoot is real?
Well, you know what, Shane? Let's see. You think there's things like this out in the forest?
No, well, that's obviously a suit. But show the one. Show the original one.
Okay. All right. We'll show the original.
You know the one where Will Ferrell is like.
Yeah. This is the footage that yes, I have the original. This is the original footage that sparked the Bigfoot conspiracy and all the not footage, is picture. It was footage though. Here's the picture. Someone got grainy footage of this giant monkey looking thing.
It's on film.
Yeah. I would play it for you, but I'm not sure if it's copyrighted or not. So
no, you can play this footage.
You sure?
Yeah. Why would you? I mean, it's like from 1970 something.
All right. Well, I have it.
And it's like 8 seconds. I don't even think you'd be copyrighted.
Okay. All right. And then I'll play it. Here we go.
Okay.
So basically, this is what started the whole thing. It's way more than 8 seconds, by the way. But there it is. There's the guy. I'm sorry. Get the past right.
Now that might be.
Yeah, this is all copyrighted, but there it is.
I'm like, hold on a second. That's not what I was talking about.
So there's the footage. There it is.
All I know is that Bigfoot's got some junk in the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's a guy in a monkey suit. Like,
now listen, I've actually watched many specials on that where people break down the fact that they don't think it is.
Oh my God! Of course you have.
No,
I love it.
The all the different like ratios of everything and how it works. Back then, having the ability to even do that, the way the muscles move under the skin.
Oh my!
Like
God.
they talk about this stuff. I got to tell you, I think it's real.
You guys know that when you're seeing that footage, on on the History Channel or whatever, it's been upscaled to death, which means so many JPEG artifacts have been added to that image that you're not seeing the original footage. Until someone has the original film, you're seeing something that has been copied and copied and copied. So all those little muscles moving and different, like you're not seeing
the original film.
You've seen the original film?
Yes. Yes. Remember, you got to remember when I was born a long time ago. So when this stuff was first played, all was played was the original film. Right?
Right.
So I'm just telling you, I think they got Bigfoot. Now, there's a lot of other evidence out there, and maybe perhaps I've succumbed to the fact that I've watched too many videos about Bigfoot.
Yeah, you clearly have watched too many videos about Bigfoot.
But I also believe in UFOs and aliens too. So okay.
No, but that's different. Okay. How is it that
there's no proof?
It's first. There's actually probably a lot of proof. There's a lot of evidence of some type of extraterrestrial kind of thing.
I heard your tone on Friday when you talked about those little alien bodies, and it was not good. It was anti-alien UFO, Brian.
Yeah, because everyone believed it, and I'm sitting there watching that. I was watching that footage when it came out live, and I'm like, that's a fucking doll. Like 100%. And the chat's like, oh my God, we finally got him, boys. Everyone's excited. I'm like, hey guys, that's like clearly not an alien.
I just wanted to delineate.
Am I the only person here that didn't think it was an alien, like immediately?
I just want to delineate that you are the skeptic and I am the believer. Okay.
Which is terrifying, by the way. That's not the way our relationship works.
All right. Now let's hear why there is no Bigfoot. Let's break everybody's hearts, Brian. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Study finds Bigfoot sightings correlate with black bear population. Oh my God. Hey guys, surprise, surprise. The giant bears that are taller than men when they stand up might be the cause of a Bigfoot sighting. Hey, guys, I'm in the woods. There's a giant hairy thing standing up. You know what it is? It's clearly Bigfoot. And not the fact that these woods are literally known for black bears. I feel like when you go to the Bigfoot, look, it's okay to want to believe 100%. I actually appreciate that. Until you put a
poll up. We're gonna find out.
All right,
we're
guys,
gonna find out who is on what side.
You tell us if Bigfoot is real.
No maybes either. Yes or no.
Yeah, yes or no. But the thing is, you have a sighting, right? And some lady's out there hiking with her kid.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, giant hairy thing is in the tree. And she's like, it's Bigfoot. You can't
or a homeless man.
But you can't go immediately to Bigfoot. You have to rule out obvious, more likely things. But I feel like most of these people immediately go to Bigfoot. Immediately.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I have something that I'm going to show Shane. And if Shane thinks this is crazy, then we'll show it on Wednesday. Because on the way to work last night, Shane, this is not even a joke. There's no joke, guys. I know I joke a lot. But on the way to work, it wasn't last night. It was like 3 a.m. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to our shop to fix things. And bro, I swear, and this is 100%. I know I joke a lot. Look at me. I'm smiling, but it's not a joke. This is not.
It feels like you're joking.
I know. I'm not setting you up for a bit. In the clouds, going down Catella in the clouds, I literally saw like 30 dancing lights, just like flickering all over the clouds at like insane speeds.
Yeah.
I thought I was having like a fucking episode. I was
going to ask you, like, what was your medication that you're on at the time?
I fucking filmed it.
Oh, you filmed it?
I have it on my phone.
Why don't we just share it with everybody?
No, because I don't want to look like a fucking idiot if it's something obviously not.
The whole point.
No, I'm going to show you first, and if it's
weak, it's no problem.
I'm going to show Shane first, privately, and if Shane's like, "This is actually pretty cool," then we'll share it. But if I'm just like ignorant to the way something happens, but look, I am a believer too, but I have to have proof. And the point of this is on Wednesday, if it's real, I'll show it. If it was like, Shane's like, motherfucker,
Can I
that's
ask
like,
you a question?
that's just some flashlights, dude. Calm down.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you believe in God?
Yes, you can have, I understand. Don't do that, motherfucker. Don't, no. No, look.
I just gotta say, proof is a thing.
I am a believer. I have faith, all those things.
Okay.
But I also am pragmatic, which means that, do I want there to be a Bigfoot? Absolutely. I would love for us to find a Bigfoot and be like, yo, we found a species that is like half man, half Bigfoot. Gorilla.
Our government would immediately destroy it.
Right, which that sucks. And then that's what everyone can always lean on the fact that the government is just a bunch of assholes. But the thing is, think about this.
Okay.
I would love for that to be the case, but when there is a sighting of something, whether it be aliens at 3:00 in the morning on Catella and Lincoln,
Okay.
or a big giant hairy Bigfoot in the woods, you have to immediately go, well, that looks interesting. I wonder if it's a bear. I wonder if it's a this. I wonder if it's a that. I wonder if it's a moose.
Yes, you should immediately look for a reasonable explanation.
I'm like, hey, it's 4:30 in the morning. Maybe someone's testing out their light show and it's reflecting off the clouds. Maybe there's a lot of planes.
You know what it probably really is? It's probably Elon's satellite company.
Sure.
That's probably what he's talking.
I don't know. But the thing is, you have to immediately rule out the obvious things. And this right here is a perfect example of what people don't do.
That is a fucking bear. I just want to be clear.
No, that's a bear, sure, but when you yeah.
Let's be clear here.
Hey, J-Bus, I think I found Bigfoot. I'm gonna go talk to it, boy.
There are a portion of the population who would think that's Bigfoot right now.
Right. Because he's standing up.
Because he's standing. Holy shit, bears don't stand. That's Bigfoot.
No, but the thing is, bro, okay, you're right. I don't want to. Just my tone sounds condescending, but I'm not doing this on purpose.
Okay.
When you're out in the woods and a giant bear runs up a tree or climbs a tree, you're not looking at it clearly. Your adrenaline hits. You saw it in passing. You're like, fuck, it's Bigfoot. Get the fuck out of here, right? Don't shit. The camera's all shaking.
I usually do the same thing and say it's a bear. Holy shit, it's a bear.
And but that should be the answer. The first thing you shouldn't immediately go to the most out of bounds, most unreliable option. You gotta break down the most common things first.
Right. Now, if you do hear, if the same thing happens to you and you hear up in a tree, I'm gonna eat you, bitch. If you hear that, it's not a bear. 100% Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're like, oh man, I think a bear just climbed a tree, it's like, yeah, I'm a bear, bitch.
Not a bear. If you hear someone say it's a bear, not a bear.
This is really important. If the bear speaks to you, it's not a bear. If it uses language, it's not a bear.
Might even be a UFO.
Right. Yeah, I'm just a bear. Want to come up here? Get up here. So this was the article. The idea that North America is home to a completely unknown primate species just doesn't seem to go away. It does not.
It's not. It can't. There's too many woods out there. Too many swamps.
Years after everyone started walking around with high-quality cameras in their phones, there still hasn't been any clear image of Bigfoot. But that hasn't stopped a steady flow of purported sightings. Of course not. Now, someone named Flo Foxon has followed up on an earlier analysis. Now, this is interesting to me.
Okay.
A couple months ago, there was a woman who came out of the woods with her 2 kids and reported Bigfoot. And she was adamant that it wasn't. She said it wasn't a bear. It was like 7 feet tall, and it was just sitting there. It's with its eyes following us. And holding onto a tree, and it's I don't know what it is, but it looks like whatever version of Bigfoot would be. And she was adamant, bro. And the news media picked her up because she was so exhausted. But you do not go in the woods. You call authorities, get someone in there to deal with this.
Yeah.
And well, this healthy woman of 38 years old just goes up and just dies of like fast onset cancer.
Oh, the same woman?
Same exact woman.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, and God bless her family, but that is like the first time my first thought when I hear that is like, fucking they got to her. I don't think she just had cancer. Like the fucking men in black, the CIA, the government, the shadow people. My first thought is when this lady is coming out, this reasonable person who is educated, who is like trying to warn people and get people to deal with this problem, and then she starts making noise and she starts getting headlines, and like within a week, she just disappears and no one's talked to her. And then a month later, like, oh, she died of onset cancer. They had no idea she had cancer. She just died like immediately. And you're like,
could be exposure to a UFO.
I don't know, but I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Or a radiation or something, and
Radiation,
they're saying it's cancer. The thing is, like, it's so suspect, and it could totally be coincidence. But this is why this will never go away, because the government does shady shit all the time, and you can't rule out shady government people. You can't. It's a thing.
Right, it is. Yeah.
So,
which is another conspiracy altogether, but okay.
I'm sorry, but but this person's name, Flo Foxton. She I don't know if it's a woman or not, but that name was in that article too. So this person is clearly following the Bigfoot thing. Now, someone named Flo Foxton has followed up on an earlier analysis and checked out factors that can influence the frequency of Bigfoot sightings around North America. The results suggest that there's a strong correlation between sightings and the local black bear population. No shit.
Well, but let's look at the number frequency here. Go ahead.
For every 1,000 bears, the frequency of Bigfoot sightings goes up about 4%.
So what about the other 96%?
I knew.
I'm just like,
I knew.
okay, 4%.
Oh
shit.
no! I knew you were gonna do that, bro. Right. Bro, I'm reading this article. I should have recorded myself thinking. I'm reading this article and I'm like, this is gonna be a great story for the show on Monday. I'm like, and I get to the part where it's like, for every 1,000 bears, the frequency of sightings go up about 4%. I'm like, Shane's gonna immediately ask about the other 96%. I knew it.
Me so well.
I knew it. It's such a Shane thing to do.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, like, I'm probably way more out there than Shane. I have way more. I'm assuming I have more like faith, more. I'm more optimistic. Shane is way more pragmatic and like conservative with like his views. But he totally eats this stuff up somehow.
I love this stuff.
It's
because I want it to be real, just like you.
You remember the ghost box?
Oh yeah.
We put a video up about a ghost box on our main channel. It got a shit ton of views.
It was weird, yeah.
And I'm like, why does everyone want to know about this ghost box? Anyway,
I saw it. I was actually.
Yeah, that's probably why. So here's the. We're gonna wrap this up here because it's easy to see how black bears and Bigfoot could be mistaken for each other. Despite their name, bears come in a wide range of colors, from golden brown fur through a deep reddish one, which looks like Bigfoot, as well as their namesake, black. Of course, they're also large animals and will frequently stand on their hind legs to get a better view of their surroundings. They also frequent the forested areas and are supposedly Bigfoot's favorite terrain. So. Look, so for every 1,000 bears, it goes to 4%. And there's a lot of bears in some areas, so I can see that number being pretty high.
I mean, I'm sure there's tons of people who see bears who think it's Bigfoot. There has to be. Sure. I mean, they look the most alike. Can you do me a favor? I sent you a link, the 10 most convincing Bigfoot sightings.
Oh my God. I knew
Let's
you were
just
gonna
look through these images really quick.
I knew. I said to myself, like, I can give you the most insane conspiracy theory, and Shane will somehow attempt to explain it in reality. I knew you were going to do this.
No. I would like to go, since we're talking about it. We hardly ever talk about these things. Let's just look at these images really quick.
Okay, here we go.
So there's the original. And
Marble Mountain Bigfoot. Just so you know, that could just be a guy.
It really could just be a guy.
Just be a guy
this is no proof whatsoever.
with a hoodie on, bro. That's all I'm saying.
100%.
You go, Eric Shipton's snowy Bigfoot Yeti footprint.
Okay. I mean, how big is the pic? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
how
listen. Okay, Eric Shipton, when it comes to pictures on the internet, you have to include a banana for size comparison, okay? Or a quarter
be a
or something.
snowshoe too.
Or something. Yeah, listen, I don't know how big that pic is, but if it's like the standard like climbing pic, then it's probably the size of my foot. So that's not that big. We don't know what kind of pic it is. But that could also be a bear, and it sat there and leaned in that position for a minute and made an interesting impression.
Maybe.
Or a
All
human.
Let's go to the next one.
Independence Day Bigfoot. Yeah, that's
Okay.
a dude. That's a dude in a Bigfoot suit, man.
So that's what some people say. They think it's somebody in a suit.
Yeah, looks like it to me.
Provo Canyon Bigfoot. That's in Utah.
That might actually be a black bear.
It says the creature stood up on two legs. The hikers ran. So yeah, that definitely could be a bear.
Right.
Well, this next one's weird.
Oh, this looks wild.
Yeah.
And where was this? This was Allegheny.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Okay. So there should not be a giant ape in Pennsylvania. That's for sure.
Yeah, that looks like Slenderman. Like, get the fuck out of there, run, dude.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. If you see this,
don't stick around.
don't stop. Don't pull your camera out. Don't look. Don't even look for a second. Just get out. I tell you right now, like every time you see people are like, I was on my back porch, like smoking a Marlboro, and I saw this creature come up and looked at me with blood red eyes. I was like, I'm right there. That's a chupacabra. Like, how the fuck did you not leave?
How do you know it's a chupacabra?
That's a mangy dog or a chupacabra. I'll tell you what, probably a chupacabra though. Like, wait! You said? I remember I saw this. Like I was like, it's either a mangy dog or a chupacabra. Like, so it's a mangy dog. So it's the non-mythical beast, right? Okay.
Right. I think that's the best image. Just leave it on that one. That's probably the best.
The
rest of them just all black blotches.
This looks pretty gnarly because the legs are clearly too long to be.
It looks apish.
It looks like an ape with very human-like legs. But that
could
also
be a chimp that got away or something.
It could also just be a human in a suit.
Well, that'd be tough to do, man. That'd be tough to pull off that. Even a person like pulling off that look. You'd have to be pretty talented. I lean more towards it being like a chimp or something.
I feel like I can freak you out. Like in a month after you've forgotten this story, I feel like I can rent a suit and freak you out with that exact same pose in your backyard.
We talked about doing that, remember?
We did.
We talked about actually going in the woods.
We did.
And filming something.
Oh, I bet you we can make a pretty convincing video.
We were going to do it. It was going to be a prank. Remember back when we were doing pranks?
Yeah.
We were going to prank somebody.
No CGI. I still have a video up on my personal channel that has like 10 million views of the alien of the couple that went out and found an alien, and it's all just CGI, you guys. But you can drop the footage down to such a low quality degree that the CGI actually looks pretty real. And I love that like every single comment on there is like fake, not real. You're like, no shit, bro. Like, how did you think it was real? Did you really think it was real?
Some people do, yeah. Let's go to our poll. Do you believe Bigfoot is real? 30 votes. 60% said no. But 40% are believers, which would have been my vote as well. Yes.
I'm a believer.
Now, you didn't say, are you yes or no?
I'm a no.
Okay, so you're a no. All right.
100% Bigfoot is not real.
Extra vote in there at the end just to really rub in that no.
And how many we get? What was the total again?
31 votes. 61% say there is no Bigfoot.
Right.
I mean, listen, probably is no Bigfoot, but we can dream.
There probably is no Bigfoot. Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna try
to do
to
some
find
super
it.
chats.
Yeah.
John Burns. John, this one's funny, man. What's with the huge hairy Steven Seagal video?
Okay, so this is my personal channel.
Thank you, John.
Look at this. It has 1.2 million views, and I've uploaded this twice. This is the video. The following video footage was recovered by the Tacoma County Park Services on 2005.
You're setting people up already to think that this is a real video.
The title says fake, just so you know.
Yeah.
I understand,
You
but like
recording?
if
Yes.
you're
Okay. We are,
For people who
me and Jen are headed to Red Rock State Park to do some hiking. It's extremely early.
It's really early.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit. And here they are. It's all incredibly easy to do, guys, just so you know.
Oh my god, be careful.
Blair Witch Project.
So,
I got it.
so you set up, like, you show the monotony of it. So, like, the longer they watch, like, this couple being normal, it makes it, in their mind, they connect that to reality. So when something ridiculous happens, their mind tries to fill in the blanks.
Oh, see, Brian's worked on this.
Bar down.
Right? So they're doing normal stuff, right? And then, ready?
Not the attitude.
So
maybe
she's
put in
talking to
oh,
Jen.
What I'm looking for, okay?
And Jen's like, what's
We saw
that?
the lizards.
What's that?
We mentioned the
What is that?
picnic with the wine.
Scott.
Ready? Watch it.
What is that?
Plane or something?
Oh my god.
That is
videoing
on
her
fire.
boobs.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh my god!
By the way,
Holy shit.
that explosion would have been way worse than that.
Yeah, it would
Hold
have
this.
devastated the entire
No,
area.
what? Why?
Maybe dead
Why?
right
Where,
now. Rolling.
what do you do? Don't! Oh my god!
This
There's,
is
there's Jason, bro. There's Jason, that
Scott,
lanky
do not go
motherfucker,
down there.
dude.
No!
is that
Scott!
Jason?
Yeah,
Who shot this?
What are you
Jason
doing?
shot it.
What the fuck's wrong with that guy?
All right.
From there! Now, let's go get help.
Is it ready? Here. I'm going to go to the alien.
Talk,
So it's a
please.
rock.
Oh my
Ready? Watch it.
Okay. That just cracked.
Go forward a little bit
It did.
Yeah. Freaked my.
until you find the alien. Ready? Ready? Here we go.
Jen.
What? Let's go.
Jen. Jen.
You said we would.
Come
let's
see
Hey,
this.
watch-
One more
watch
shot.
Scott!
Come see. There is.
Scott!
What? I didn't even see it.
No, it's really good.
There's one more shot.
This is the alien shot.
Come see. There is.
Oh, did it jump on him?
Like I kind of jumped on his face or something.
Well, can you slow it down and let just play it in like regular speed?
That is regular speed. That's the point. The whole point of this is that it's low quality. I'll drop
No.
the speed down.
I mean, so that way you could like. No, I mean, just so you could see it actually.
All right, ready?
It looks totally distorted to me.
Yeah, because it's a low quality camera. Like the whole point is to make it look real.
Oh,
Here you go.
I see.
I'm playing it at like quarter speed so you can see the alien. Oh.
Nice. Hey, you sure that's not real?
Oh God! Shut up.
Yeah, that's pretty obviously fake. Who shot that?
Jason. Jason shot that.
He shot. Well, he just did it on his own.
Yeah, wait, his normal. I add a bunch of other crap to it to make it look real, but it still never look real. I love this comment. I'm related to Scott, and our family are deeply shattered and disturbed by our loss of Scott. We wish people would move on with their own lives and let him rest in peace. But someone
Scott.
uploaded this video, and it's cruel to call our loss a hoax.
What are we talking about? Oh,
Because the guy's name in the video was Scott.
I got it. That's great.
All right.
All right, let's move on to
Super chats.
super chat. So we got the Harry Steven Seagal video, which is funny, John, that you mentioned that because I watched a video earlier this morning about how Steven Seagal was the worst person like to ever host Saturday Night Live, and he like totally didn't take everything. He was totally way serious. It was
Wait.
completely-
He actually hosted SNL?
dude, Steven Seagal was big business back in the 90s.
I can't wait to go watch that. I need to see that.
It's not good. It's actually really. He refused to like. They want to do this whole scene with like kung fu fighting. You know, like in the when he does his intro and he comes out and he's like beating people up. But he's like, I'm not going to do that.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Yeah, so John Burns. Thank you, sir. Yeah, what's up with the huge Harry Steven Seagal? That's pretty funny. Thank you, John.
Archmage Frey member for 3 months. Furries from last week plus Bigfoot this week equals Bigfoot fetish.
Bigfoot fetish. Well, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for being a member, Archmage.
Thank you, sir. Government will destroy the Bigfoot
John Burns for 279.
if it's white.
Government will destroy the Bigfoot if it's white.
Yeah, that's how you
Absolutely.
know that it's definitely the government is cool with it. It's a black bear. I saw the funniest fake Netflix poster. You know, you have Netflix posters for movies, and it was like, it was like the Arctic polar bear. It was like, what was it? Journey of the Polar Bears. And then you scroll down, and it was a black bear in the snow.
In the snow.
Because Netflix replaces.
Because they're race swapping everything.
Race swap everything.
That's funny.
I was laughing my butt off, dude. Yeah, people keep linking and keep citing Starlink UFOs. Yeah, that's true.
Bigfoot, John Burns 209 again. Bigfoot's 38 years old, never kissed a girl.
Oh, yeah, because remember 4-year-old virgin when he got waxed?
Oh, yeah. Brian, also from John. Brian seems to be obsessed with hairy bears.
John's is coming after me today, bro.
He's coming to get you. And then also for John, Bigfoot takes the wheel. Bite me, Jesus. Bite me.
And one more. He's coming for the.
Oh, he's got another one?
Yep. You guys see the TV show Vampires in America? I think I may have, actually. But let me make
I was going to say, like, if you said no, I would just literally pass out right now. I've never said no to anything ever on TV.
Although I'm learning that I may, there's some things I'm missing because I was talking to Ron last night. Ron's a real old guy. He's like 80 years old. Very smart person. Very, very fun to talk to. Very wise. And this guy, he loves TV and movies like we do. And he was talking about this Ted Lasso-like TV show that I had never heard of before. And I looked it up and I was like, the super popular. I'm realizing that there's some stuff in it. Yes, I have actually seen Vampires in America. And that's basically like, it's like Alien Hunters, but for vampires. Is it the vampire hunters investigate an alarming surge of homicides and missing person cases? Yeah. Problem with this show, I remember watching it and thinking, like, well, that can just be anything. Like, like there's nothing. It's not even specific. Like, they're getting murders that don't even really have specific vampire traits.
It's like, was there bite holes on his neck? No. He was actually, an axe through the asshole, but unfortunately,
right.
Still could be a vampire death.
Yeah, I think he had some family from Transylvania.
All right. Well, I got to tell you guys, we have loved hanging out with you here on the live portion of the show.
We're not done yet. We have one more thing that we're going to talk about from the thumbnail.
What do we got?
The fact that I'll tell you right now. So one more thing.
You better put less things on the thumbnail.
No, we still have 15 minutes.
An hour and a half, man. What are you talking about?
An hour and a half?
Yes, sir.
Holy crap!
As much as I love doing it, but we have more.
All right, then we'll talk about this. We're going to talk about the Trump Haley thing, and we'll talk about.
Quickly do it. Quickly.
Yeah, I just want to talk about this.
There's really not a lot to say about it.
Yeah, I just want to talk about this briefly. I didn't see the time. I apologize. Basically, Ron DeSantis. So before on the Republican ballot, it was basically Trump versus Ron versus Nikki Haley, and Ron DeSantis has dropped out of the race, and he has endorsed Donald Trump. And now coming into New Hampshire, it's basically between Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. But that would be the same as like if I was in a boxing match with my 12-year-old and like the headline said Brian versus Ellie. Technically, yes. Technically, it is me versus my daughter.
The tides can change, my friend.
But the odds of my daughter winning are very, very slim, and it involves me having to like hurt myself. And I saw this article from The Atlantic. It was actually pretty good. Trump is about to steamroll Nikki Haley, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to give you the quick and dirty what this means. Basically, Nikki Haley came out of the last caucus with 20%. And coming into this next one, yeah, she is really, she's going to be really strong in that area because that's where a lot of her donors come from, which questionably are also half her donors are Democrats for some reason. But
we know why that is.
But the other 18.9% of people that voted for Ron DeSantis are now going to throw their support behind Donald Trump. So Donald Trump already had 52% in Iowa.
Well, here's the thing. So I'd be very cautious about calling it. It does look obvious, like that's going to be the case, but you got to go back to Bill Clinton in 1992, who was running like 7th after the first primary, and he went on to Arsenio Hall, I think, and admitted to smoking pot. And all of a sudden, he started shooting up. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. But he became like this, like personable kind of president. You got George Bush Sr., and you got this really cool young guy named Clinton who don't mind smoking some pot. He didn't inhale, but you know. So
I did smoke some pot, but I did not inhale. Really?
If Trump continues to be be a name calling kind of divisive candidate who's really like putrid, like if he's pulled back on that, but if he goes way down back on it, right? So he's listening to somebody, which is good for his campaign. But if he can't control himself, and somehow Nikki Haley manages to, because she does have the ability to be commonsensical when she's talking, if somehow she can, tell the moderate conservatives like, look, I'm not going to embarrass you as your president, right? There's a whole, she may not win the ticket, in the end, but she could make it a fight through the end. I still think it could happen. So we'll see.
Well, after Ron DeSantis dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump, Trump's polling in New Hampshire went up to 64%. So his polling is like guys. That is incredibly high. 64 to 22.
He's going to win, for sure. But what I'm saying is going forward, just pay attention to what they're both saying, and find out if people are like, because the one thing about Trump that most, moderate liberals, middle of the road people, and some like just barely right leaning conservatives, they just don't like his personality, even though he's got good policies. They don't like the way he acts. It's like a spoiled child. And it's just disgusting to watch. So, and that includes myself. Like one of the things is, I thought it was hilarious when Trump first got elected in 2016. I'm like, oh, maybe he can change things. But I just got tired of hearing his mouth, and it really turned me off on him. So, hopefully he changes his tune and, can be a little bit more of an adult about shit. And
I was all about it because I'm a 90s kid, right? And in the 90s, or 90s teen, in the 90s, like irreverence is the coolest thing. Like not caring what the status quo is, that irreverence that he had or he has, is really compelling to me because I'm not woke. I'm the opposite of woke. I think everyone should do whatever they want to do. And I don't think, I have no issue with someone being a little bit of an asshole to someone else. It's an asshole. And I'm not as sensitive as a lot of other people are because I come from the era, and so does Trump. He comes from the era too. So we come from the era. So then you have this like person who is just doesn't give an F, and he just proudly displays that. And like even if you don't like him, you're always like, I sort of don't give an F either. And it's
right, but there's still like it's like social media, right? It's the same thing. Like it really, I hate going through social media and seeing somebody like really lay into somebody else. They just lay into them because you don't really give a shit, but yet there's no consequences for it. And that's kind of the same thing for Trump. It's like, it's cool.
Well, there's a lot of consequences for Trump. He's gotten so much consequences. It's crazy.
Well, it seems like there's the base that just continues to support him more. Like the name calling thing, Ron the Sanctimonious.
Oh, the way when Ron and him were talking, they were like, "What about Ron the Sanctimonious?" He goes, "No, we're retiring that nickname." Okay.
Now he's being all because he dropped out of the race and supported Trump. But what I'm trying to say is, is that shit even necessary at this point? Like he keeps talking about the fact that he's, the best president since Reagan or whatever. I'm trying to be like Reagan. Well, I'll tell you what Reagan did. Reagan was fucking presidential. So why don't you go in there with Reagan's policies and be presidential? Because most of the time he doesn't sound very presidential, and he can do all the same things.
Sure.
and still, try to bring the country back together, which is what I'd like to see.
But and lastly, another part of it too is every person that we already don't like being so crazy against them to a point of career damaging reports, and then that being covered up. Extreme select editing on things. His very first speech when he walked down the escalators, how they took that 15 seconds and ran with it for 2 weeks. Yeah. When you are in the know, when you are paying attention and you realize how goddamn corrupt everybody is, like everyone, every single media organization, every mainstream media outlet, everyone that has power and money is just so goddamn corrupt. When you look at how corrupt they are and you're paying attention and you see them coming after this dude, maybe you had no opinion on him. Maybe you even thought, hey, the apprentice guy shouldn't be president. But then you see all the people you mistrust and hate going insane. It makes you go, well, maybe throw a Molotov cocktail in the system and see what happens. And I understand that.
Listen, we did that. We fucking did that. Okay? 2016 is fucking over, man. Okay, we did it for 4 years. Okay, you threw a Molotov cocktail on,
3
he
years.
didn't get reelected. Here's what I say: shut the fuck up and go in there and do your job. In 2024, if you get elected,
which is what we're
Donald
seeing.
Trump, if you get elected, go in there and shut the fuck up and do your job. Stop being a crybaby and be the president of the United States.
And I think we'll get that.
And that's what I'm saying.
I think we'll get that when he has 4 years. He doesn't have to worry about getting elected.
I hope so. Because it was fucking embarrassing, even though, we made them, we had a great, several years making money and things were good and the country was safer. It was unbearable watching him perform. And so, as an American, I want to be proud of my president. What?
I thought it was hilarious most of the time.
Oh, of course. I mean, like, I actually care about, I'm not saying you don't care about our country, but I really care about our country and I want it to really be great.
I do too, but I'm hyper blackpilled on how much power we have to make that happen.
I don't want our president, the person who represents us, to be a fucking embarrassment.
Well, I mean, but how many things do we know now because of his quote unquote embarrassment? Like you're saying he's embarrassment, but we now know who the swamp monster, a lot of who the swamp monsters really are.
Yeah, well,
they showed their true colors because they couldn't help themselves.
They can really be gotten rid of.
Yeah, and that's the question. I don't think they can. I think they're too entrenched.
Let's see if I just want him to go in there and do his job and stop. I understand he's being attacked. Well, he should fucking know he's going to be attacked. That's what the game is. So go in there and do exactly what he's supposed to do. Take care of the country, get us back, shut down the border, do all the things that he should do to make the country, good. And then just be presidential when you're talking in the public,
Yeah, true that.
There's enough comedians out there.
We'll see how it goes. Shane tells, this is John Burns. Shane tells Trump what Gervais said at the Golden Globes. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to the member section pretty quick, and I want to end with the super chat. John Burns says, Steven Seagal's greatest character, Cockpuncher. I have the trailer. I will be showing that in the members area.
Okay, that sounds great.
So look forward to that. Also, and this is not, I'm not advertising, but I'm really proud of this. Before we go to the member section, go check out our critic list review of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. I give it 100% most excellent. And you're going to want to read my review because I think I have a strong argument as to why that show was so perfect.
Yeah.
And you need to go read it. All right, guys. So that being said, we are going to the members section, which means I'm about to convert this stream over to a members stream. And if you want to join us, then hit the join button below.
Yes. Oh, before you do, let me just answer Frodo Lives. You know what, Frodo Lives? You can disagree with me and I'll still love you for it. And that's the great thing about being able to agree to disagree and still be friends. So I'm totally cool with that. And
yeah, you guys probably agree more than you think you do too.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, good deal. Okay. Let's do this. I'm turning this into a membership thing. Shane, you want to? Oh, let me put the end screen on. So
see you guys on Wednesday.
This is becoming a membership thing. I hope you guys can join us in the member section. If not, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Nothing is impossible. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it.
member section, Shane. Hopefully that
All
worked.
right. Well, it hasn't flipped over yet, but maybe it's like 15 seconds behind, I think, right?
I don't know.
But it looks like it's doing it.
Yeah, it is members, so it should flip over pretty quick here. Yeah, I think I need to add. I think I need to add about 30 seconds to that. Like that end thing is like 30 seconds long. I think it needs to be a minute just to make sure that
Just to give people time to move over.
Yeah.
Let them go get use the bathroom or so they don't miss something.
Right.
That's a good idea. I really don't enjoy talking about politics to some degree because it's like, it's like Frodo Lives, what he was saying. Like, I couldn't agree. When you disagree with people, it's not always easy for everybody to be able to tolerate somebody you disagree with. For example, Tim Russ. So I love Tuvok. Like, I love Tim Russ as my favorite Vulcan.
Tuvok from Star Trek Voyager, played by Tim Russ.
Right. And I got to tell you, it's very difficult to listen to his, crazy political point of view and still watch Voyager and not be tainted a little bit by it. It's like, I don't know if you're not a political activist and you don't that's not what you do and that's not what you're known for. It's like, you don't really want to share those opinions because then, you're going to lose people that care about you and like you. So I just think it's like at the dinner table, my grandpa used to always say, we're not going to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about religion because people would always fight over it. So
yeah, I still did it though. Maybe it wasn't a good idea, but
yeah. I mean, that's my view on Trump. I mean, I voted for Trump in 2016. I wanted him to come in and do it. I liked what he was doing, telling the truth, pulling back the curtain. I loved all that. During his presidency, I just got more and more frustrated with his rhetoric. And
I didn't. I was the opposite. I'm so black-pilled by politics and by.
Well, do you want the country to come together?
Oh, I would love
you don't
to,
give a shit.
but I don't
hop of it and shove it into the ocean.
No, I would love for the country to come together.
Well, he's not going to do it.
No, let me finish. I would love for the country to come together, but am I willing to sacrifice my liberties so that these fucking insane purple-haired assholes can be happy? No, fuck them.
Right, but you can still be you don't have to do that for the country to come back together. You can just be an inspiration to your people.
You sure? But I think there are a very loud minority of individuals that are completely unhinged. They will never be reasonable, and a lot of politicians are utilizing their megaphone to get what they want and roll around like a pig in corruption.
Well, let me tell you what I think the problem is. I'll just give it to you straight. Okay, the problem is that
white women.
Trump. Huh?
This is a Dave Chappelle bit when he goes, "The problem is white bitches."
No, the problem.
They keep voting for all these crazy people.
The problem is that like 25% or 50% of the Republican establishment support Trump because of he's just like what's happening to you, like the way he makes you feel, the burning down. The problem is you got the other 50% of the Republican establishment and about 25% of people in the middle, like me, who are libertarians, who are independents, right in the middle. And if you can win all of the Republicans plus the rest of the independents, right now you've got control and you can actually change things for the better, right? But when you continue to stand up on your pedestal and spew this rhetoric, you got.
But I agree with you.
Turning off.
I think
I don't care about the far left people who.
I think
I
agree with
idiots.
You know what I completely agree. I do believe that Trump did a lot of good things, and it would be much better if he was presidential. I don't think it's possible. I think that he's just.
It's the way he is.
It's the way he is. But I also. I completely agree with you. I think that if he was a calm presidential and not spewing TikTok one-liners all day long, it would be better. And I would have definitely preferred that. But I also have this sort of fucking
thing in my gut right now where I'm so black pilled on how the world works that I fucking refuse to just sit here and die on my knees and become one of those owl eyes kissing, someone's feet in the town square or whatever.
You shouldn't, and nobody should.
Oh, but that's what a lot of people want. They hate anyone. They hate liberty. They hate libertarians.
Well, fuck those people, though. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying
so
to tell
many
you.
of them.
Like,
it's
those
crazy.
People, no, there's not. They're just loud, bro.
No, but
there's not that many of them.
Even the reasonable left, is starting to move that way because
they're not. No, they're not. They're just being quieter.
No, that's not true. No, the media is constantly pushing out misinformation, and what's happening is, even if you don't buy initially, when you hear it nonstop, conservatives are burning books or whatever it is, you start to believe that. And even my most reasonable friends have become very toxic because they refuse to do the information, do the research on their own. If you do the research on your own, you would find that most of this shit is bullshit.
And what they're doing is they're fighting back against Trump, and they're fighting back against the unreasonableness that he is sometimes. I'm telling you, if he was presidential, if he was Reagan, right? I know he can't be Reagan, because Reagan was, and for those of you who remember, Reagan was incredible, right? The dude knew how to command things.
Even when he made a mistake, he somehow made the mistake look like it was cool.
Right. No, Reagan knew what he was doing the whole time. I mean, the guy really had control of stuff, and he really knew how to talk to people. He knew how to reach in and get people to, and what Trump could do was do exactly what he's doing, be honest, be truthful, say it exactly like it is without, turning it into a 7th grade, schoolyard.
Right.
If he could do all those things and just say, look, these people are, they're doing this wrong thing to me. I want you all to be aware that this is exactly what's happening, but I'm not going to let them derail what I'm doing for this country. So, and that's the way I think he should deal with it. Make people aware and then still continue to do your job.
Which is exactly what Vivek did, which is why a lot of people liked Vivek, was because he was able to make people aware the same way, but do it with a smile on his face while being, I hate to say it, but like in presidential, like
Vivek's very smart, too.
Very smart. Like, listen, man, I see how you feel. I get it. Let me share with you something. He did it like this, and maybe sometimes it felt a little false, but at least he was doing that. A lot of Trump does not do that. That's 100% true. And a part of me is like, don't give a fuck, but I would definitely like him to do that because he's gonna.
Well, if he did it, I feel like we would win more. Like the country would go in the direction that I think's better for our country if he would do that.
And guys, I know I'm sounding far right. I'm not a far right person. Trust me, I'm not. I'm more of a.
You're more right than I am, though.
Yeah, I'm more slightly right than Shane, but maybe that's because I'm religious.
Probably, yeah.
Right. So I have some more. Some of my views are more right than Shane because I'm religious, but not insanely so. Like, dude, like my general outlook on life is like to live and let live. Like, just let people do whatever. Like,
that's very libertarian.
Do not bother people. Stop bothering everyone. Shit.
Yeah, that's it.
But when you're constantly bothered and throttled online I'm paying for private school because I walked into my kid's school and I think it was like 3rd grade, and the teacher literally had like a pin, a trans pin on her neck and blue hair, and I was like, oh fuck, this is not gonna work out. I'm not letting this insane person. No offense, I'm not saying all trans people are insane, but this person looked very insane. I'm not gonna let this insane person teach my kids. And when I can't even bring that up as a concern, or I look like a complete bigot. Yeah, like, I'm told I'm a privileged bigot if I go, hey guys, why is this person with the trans flag and the LGBT flag teaching my kids in 3rd grade right now? Why can't I bring that up as a concern?
You can. It's just
no, but you can't. You immediately push
can. Down. Well, the difference. Well, so me, I guess the difference is I don't give a shit. So I'm going to bring it up whether you think I'm a bigot or not, and I'm going to tell you my concerns. Hey, I'd like to know what you're teaching my kid. Are you going to be talking about trans issues with my child? Are you going to be talking about these things? Because that's not okay with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're going to look at me and they're going to think I'm a bigot and they're going to think I'm this and that. And you know what? I don't give a shit what they think.
And maybe I need to give a shit less, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I had any power over my kids' education. And our father had kept pushing me to put our kids in private school. And that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I kept being like, nah, I'm good. Nah, public school is fine. Because I don't want to be bothered. Right.
Right.
But then I walk in there and see that teacher. I'm like, oh, fuck. You know?
Let's transition to what you guys want to talk about. And
real quick, I found this really funny. And
okay.
So you guys get your topics ready, guys. This comes from Undoomed. We've been friends on Twitter for a while. He's actually much larger than us on YouTube, I think. But funny guy, and he posted this. It was a clip from off my chest. I'm a man, and I used to sell panties online.
No, I sell used panties.
And I sell used panties online. Yep, title says it all. I impersonate a girl with pictures. No one clipped this, by the way. I impersonate a girl with pictures from r/Gone Wild, horny Redditors, and other horny dudes to buy used panties. I work out and go to work out in women's panties. I even dry my balls with them, and then when I sweat to really get the scent in there. I usually wear the same pair for 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I get skid marks on the butt, the ass, though, so I have to clean just that part so they smell like genitals. Guys tell me all the time that my panties smell stronger and better than other girls they bought from. I do it to pay for karate lessons I've been taking because I get picked on a lot. No shame.
What the fuck is this? What is this?
So there's a subreddit out there called Off My Chest where you can anonymously get something off your chest.
Okay. And
there is some gems in there. Let me tell you that. I just discovered.
But are they real or are they made up? Actually never know.
Well, true Off My Chest is supposed to be true. There's no way you can verify it.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, the things that get upvoted are the ones that are probably true because the community of 8,000 people are like, I can see this being a thing, you know, or they can look at his history and see that he posts pictures of,
Okay. So, I mean, the fact that you could sell used panties online, is that a thing?
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
Like guys buy used panties?
Yeah. There's eBay listings literally for like used panties.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's a thing.
What the fuck's this world coming to, man?
That's
Jesus.
That is the tip of the iceberg. Wait till
you know what? I don't want to
go below the sea level and you're going to lose your mind.
I don't even know if I want to know anymore. I mean, I know that there's always been like seedy, weird shit, but I mean, when you gotten to the point where in order to get off, you gotta, I don't know. Oh yeah. I bet it's these OnlyFans chicks, right? Is that who's doing it? So they saw their like,
oh yeah, I'm sure that's the case. Yeah. But people also sell off Reddit and the Facebook Marketplace, that kind of stuff.
Archmage Frey. There are vending machines in Japan that sell used panties.
That's 100% true.
Is that fucking true?
Yep. My buddy Elliot went to Japan and he came back. He goes, "Yeah, so look what I found." And yeah, it was a vending machine and it has the girl's picture and their panties.
What does that say about a culture where men can't get laid? I mean, that's what we're talking about, right?
You know what's really weird too? Like Japanese in Japan, pornography has to be censored. So like all pornography in Japan is censored where you can't see genitals.
Okay.
And
so maybe that's why
I find it interesting that like part of them is very repressed in the way, and I think porn is actually a bad thing, but you know, I'm not going to judge you if you watch it, do whatever you want. But I find it interesting how part of it is repressed and the other part of it is like so kinky and weird. Maybe
because it's repressed
in these other areas, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Then it's really kinky in another way. I mean, it makes sense. It just seems to me like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully most of us have been around dirty panties. I don't know what it does for you.
It's not. Yeah, I find nothing attractive about filthy panties.
You know, it makes me think of like yeast and
gross things,
asshole, dirt, and
yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yeah, it's not hot to me.
But there are those people who like, you know, piss in my mouth or shit on my face. I mean, there's that thing, and it's like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Never understood that.
I don't like kink shame, but fuck,
Yeah,
there's got to be a limit to
yeah. No kink shame here, guys, but I find that very weird. And
be a limit.
I don't understand like the bodily, the obsession with like bodily fluids. I don't get it. I don't get it.
No money, gee, for $10, dude. Thanks. If you can sell farts in a jar, you can sell anything. I'm still blown away that people would buy that.
That's true. You can sell farts in a jar. Who was it? I think it was Belle Delphine's bathwater. Remember
the bathwater
that sold out? Like she made millions off of bathwater.
What the fuck?
She only stopped because she was tired of taking baths.
I mean, I think it might be hilarious, like to buy it and then have it on your fucking shelf, like fart of Khloe Kardashian or whatever their names are. Is that one of them? Khloe?
That's one of the Kardashians. Yeah.
I'm so fucking not good with Kim's the one I know. Okay. Like a thing. If you had like a thing like Kim Kardashian,
Khloe's one of the sisters. Yeah.
Like that would be funny.
And
right?
I think Khloe would probably be the one to sell that because she needs the money.
Okay. Well, okay. So that would be funny. Or like the bathwater of somebody famous. That would be funny. But if you buy it because you want to smell it or taste it, then there's something fucking wrong with you.
I think I'm going to start selling my own bathwater. So she had gamer girl bathwater. I'm going to call it YouTuber bathwater.
Nobody's good.
I'm going to put it on the store. You will be able to buy YouTuber bathwater.
There's one guy that'll buy it from you, but I don't know if he watches our videos.
That one guy.
the one guy.
Oh, you guys, when we first started YouTube, after we got going, we had like 1,500 people or so. We had like 1,500 subscribers. It wasn't a ton. And we were doing a live show called The Feed, I think it was. Anyways, we had set the Patreon up. Remember this Patreon?
Oh, yeah.
And we got rid of Patreon. If you go to our Patreon now, please don't subscribe to it, okay? Like it literally says the giant headline, do not subscribe to our Patreon. Because we're not paying attention. I couldn't close it. They won't let me close it. I tried to close the account. It never worked. So it's a public thing. If you go to our Patreon, don't subscribe to it. Okay. I have to still go in there sometimes and tell people not to subscribe. That message me saying, where's the content? There's no content. Don't subscribe. Anyways, there we had this Patreon who got a pretty high level Patreon thing that included messaging us or whatever. And he kept asking for the weirdest things. He was obsessed with me.
Shane, he wanted photos of you in your underwear.
Yeah, he's asking Shane if Shane can snap photos of me in my underwear. And you know what the crazy part is? Shane didn't immediately say no.
Well, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like, haha.
It wasn't, because when you made fun of him, he left Patreon.
I know. Well, they got upset, but I thought it was like funny. I'm like, oh, dude, you're sick. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess he was serious.
Yeah. I have a feeling that Shane's like, let me ask him about it.
I was like, how much you want to pay? I'm like, I might have pictures of those things right now.
All right.
All right. Oh, Chappie over here has been going off.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. I was about to read it.
Go ahead.
He goes, guys, I made a confession in the other chat. I just wanted to come clean. I am Bigfoot.
I told you Bigfoot could talk.
I have dirt on the Clintons, so I have to stay in hiding. But I trust you guys, so thanks for letting me get this off my chest.
Wait, what's the dirt?
No, that's the joke. Like if you have dirt on the Clintons, like you're not going to make it very long.
You're not. Yeah, they don't seem to live.
Yeah, I hope you don't. I really hope you take care of yourself and don't commit suicide by shooting yourself in the back of the head twice.
Please, if you need help, let someone know before you shoot yourself in the back of the head.
Don't shoot yourself in the back of the head twice after and then bury yourself in the ground. No one wants to see that. That's some of the craziest things where it's like, look, I reported a suicide from one of Bill Clinton's former trainers. And they're like, oh, how did he die? He goes, well, he was strangled from behind. I'm like, what the fuck?
Strangled himself from behind.
Like, wait a minute. Something's not adding up here, dude.
Did you ever see the movie Primary Colors with John Travolta?
Yes.
Isn't that great?
That was a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, there was another one that came out, Will Ferrell versus Zach Galifianakis, I think it was. Or something like that.
was actually pretty clever. It was like basically a Republican versus Democrat, and they had
Oh yeah, it was like a I remember that.
it was actually pretty funny the way they worked, and it showed like the corruption. They ended up working together anyways because really it's just one party. And so,
well, it's funny. Like we were talking earlier about Trump and DeSantis. Like DeSantis dropped out and he like supported Trump. It's like the only like competitive thing in the world where you're like, oh, I lost. Yeah, now we're buddies. Like imagine if like the Dolphins lost and said, I support the Jets now. Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen.
Well, there's players on that team who are out, who have friends on the other, other teams.
They do, but I'm just saying, like, I can't imagine, going against somebody and be like, oh yeah, throw my hat in the ring for the good of the party. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, technically, if DeSantis was doing it for the good of the party, he would have endorsed Nikki Haley. The party doesn't want Trump to win.
Well, I don't think that's true.
No, yeah, GOP hates Trump. Look at the funding. The GOP's all of their support is going to Nikki Haley right now.
I think it's 50-50. GOP, it's swinging around. There's a lot of GOP people supporting.
And there's a lot of Dems supporting Nikki Haley too, which is weird to me.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
Well, because they don't want to go against Trump.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Anyways, back to the bathwater. John Burns for $2.79. What about Trump's rarefied MAGA bathwater? Could you imagine getting Trump bathwater, dude?
Oh my god, bro!
It's like hit little tints of orange in it.
There's like tanning solution in it. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there a single person that I would want their bathwater displayed behind me on my shrine here? No. I can think of one person. Can you think of one person?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Dan Marino's bathwater?
I would have Tom Cruise's bathwater.
I might just have it. You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
I might have Tom Cruise's bathwater only because I do believe that Tom Cruise might be the last actual movie star left.
Well, okay. Yeah,
like there's people that star in movies, but then there are movie stars. And there's really only one left still. And Tom Cruise is like the last movie star.
I mean, as a collector's item.
And that would be a pretty incredible.
Why not? It'd be a great thing to collect.
Yeah.
Tom
Cruise, he's doing he signed on for something. He's doing I think he might be doing a Reacher thing. Like the Reacher's so popular, and like, he had that movie where he played a Reacher character.
He was Reacher, yeah.
Right. So I think they might be. I saw an article where they were talking about maybe reviving that Reacher character because that movie he didn't do well. Didn't do bad. It made some money.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
He's getting older though. I don't see why you couldn't do anybody's bathwater when you have what's her name's vagina, the candle of what's her name's vagina.
Oh man, that chick is so weird, right? Gwyneth Paltrow. I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow is not actually as weird as I think she leans in. I think she's basically Gwyneth Paltrow is an internet troll that goes like, you know what, this would be funny, right?
But how many people bought that candle
Tons
just so
of
they
people.
could? Her vagina smelled like.
Right, that's very weird. Yeah, they also sell like these like marble eggs that you put in your vagina. That's supposed to help like with like the natural. I don't know, but. It's some of the stuff she sells is actually pretty dangerous. Like remember, she's an internet troll. She's not an actual health specialist. She's an internet troll that is very good at, and when you see her, when she plays herself on like a TV show or a movie, and she is that exact person, that internet, she's like cursing people and she acts real nice with one person, turns around and is a complete monster to the person next to her. I do believe she has a very good sense of humor. And I think half of her products might actually be like she might think they're beneficial, and the other half are just like, this is a novelty item, don't overthink it.
I'm gonna make money. Nice.
Oh god, here we go. You're gonna make Shane penis candles?
It wouldn't have to be me. You actually just start selling like what we put on here. It was Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is a movie star. Let's just sell like his underarms scent. I don't know.
This smells like Keanu Reeves. You mean like how most humans smell? Okay.
Really, literally.
That's funny. The large range phrase, the Pop Guys present 2 guys, 1 jar.
How do we get on this topic?
I don't know, actually.
All paths lead to disturbingness.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know.
I like the movie Dave. Yeah, Chappie says I like the movie Dave. I like that one too. I also like The American President.
I don't remember that
with
movie.
Michael Douglas.
Oh, I do remember that movie.
It's a great movie. I love how he has got that speech at the end. Like the whole time you're wanting to like fight for yourself, defend yourself. And he's like, I am the president, Bob. Like, damn.
Listen, Bob. Yeah, he has that voice too, where it's like when he Michael Douglas has a very unique voice that it doesn't have the same gravitas that like Shane has and other people with resonant voices, but he has like this gravel in his voice that makes you want to take him seriously when he speaks. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
He got throat cancer by going down too much on Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Worth it.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's almost like listen, guys. You're gonna get throat cancer, but you get to go down on Catherine Zeta-Jones every day. Like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, I'm in.
Tastes like what's his name? Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots.
Wasn't he
Antonio Banderas?
Antonio Banderas. Yeah, it tastes like Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, that's gross.
I can't believe I said that.
How would you
I'm
say
sorry,
that,
guys.
bro?
I don't know. It's because we're talking about all this weird shit. I feel like I'm in the locker room now.
Hey, Archmage Frey, imagine the last
Snapchat.
surviving evidence of human civilization in 4 million years is one jar of fart. One guy selling farts literally almost died from it because she was farting so much she had internal issues.
What the fuck?
Oh, that was that one chick, the blonde lady, right? Yeah.
How do you capture a fart, bro?
You have to like eat.
The fact that you know this is really disturbing me.
You have to eat shit that makes you fart. Like,
yeah, but how do you capture it?
I'm assuming she just sits on something. I'm assuming. I don't really know. I've never captured a fart. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably should have said that after you told me how to capture a fart.
Yeah,
then said, I can't believe you know that.
I do not know. I honestly don't. I would tell you if I did. Oh, it's sit on a large funnel that goes into a jar, but doesn't it? It's air, right? It's like, how's it? It's not gonna flow into the jar.
I feel like you would have to have something attached to your anus.
Yeah,
and then fart, and then have it vacuum sealed.
Weird conversation, bro.
I just want to point out that I don't think I started this. No, we started it with your underwear. It started with that guy who wanted to see pictures of you.
Yes, that's true. Hey, so look at this. As promised, Cock Puncher trailer with starring Steven Seagal. Oh, sorry, I have to.
World without justice. Where the strong prey on the weak.
All right, ready?
Punching me in the balls.
One man must face the ultimate challenge.
My name is Steven Seagal.
You have much to learn.
My name is Steven Seagal.
You, my young pupil, shall become a
32 pounds.
From Global Tetrahedron Pictures, Steven Seagal is Cock Puncher.
He fed Steven Seagal.
Oh my God. Steven Seagal, I don't know. So many people liked him back in the day, and I remember always thinking, like, why do you guys all like this guy?
I'll tell you why. Before him, there was a lot of karate stuff, and it was very artful kind of karate. He was the first guy who came in and just fucking obliterated people when he fought them. He just decimated people. And there was this guttural entertainingness. I can't remember what the first movie was. There was a movie where one of the first movies he was in where these people break into his house and he just takes them all apart. And you're like, yeah. So it was cool. It was cool.
I was always more of the other guy, his competition. What was his name? Van something.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was more of a Van Damme.
Never his competition, man.
Huh? No, he wasn't?
He was never his competition. Let me tell you something. People can talk as much shit as they want about him, but he would have taken Jean-Claude Van Damme and just fucking torn him apart.
I don't know anything about that, but all I remember is what's that movie that Van Damme did? Time Cop.
He did a bunch of them. Yeah,
I like Time Cop.
I like the Kickboxer.
And Kickboxer.
I like his movies. The problem is that he's he knew martial arts, and but he's not like deadly trained like Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal was like trained to like fucking kill you.
I don't know, man.
I knew he's a joke now, but I'm telling you, if you go back to when he first started his prime, the dude's like an 8th degree black belt. He was just trained to fucking rip your throat out.
Now he's hilariously a joke.
Now he's a meme and
he's like, but I'm working at the border here with the sheriff's department. He's like really fat, right? He's like over here,
fat Steven Seagal.
I'm a volunteer sheriff at the border department. I'm teaching the sheriff's department how to properly defend themselves. And there's a video out there where it's like, let me show you how to disarm someone that points a gun at you. And the guy's like 3 feet away,
fucking destroys him.
And he just like slowly walks up and grabs a gun. This is how you disarm someone. You're like, what the fuck? That guy could have shot you like 15 times.
No, he's Steven Seagal. They would have all missed.
They would have all missed. They would have all missed. Remember that? This is why Ryan Reynolds is like he's a treasure to me. I love Ryan Reynolds so much. I know he's a spice that you could definitely get bored of if you have too much of him, or annoyed by it at least. But I can never get that scene on my mind from the Deadpool 2 movie where the guy shoots him like a million times and he's like, and you think he's blocking all the bullets, and he's like, whoa, and then like blood starts coming out. He's like, not a single one.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's fucking great, bro.
Archmage Frey. Didn't he go to Russia during this war to talk to Putin?
He did.
LOL, he did.
Yeah, that was that was a bad call.
End this war. End this war.
Yeah, Steve.
Did he not let? I think Putin kept him. Right?
Yeah. He's like, kept him.
Oh, thank you, America, for the Seagal present.
You send your famous man. It's very good. He's to train our troops. This is why they're losing the war. Steven Seagal, Russia. Yep. Yeah. He's actually a Russian citizen now too.
Archmage has it here. February 27, 2023. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a decree to honor the American actor Steven Seagal with a state order of friendship. And he went to North Korea too. Jesus, this guy.
Bro, why are you going to all these places that everyone hates?
Well, look at the people who went to North Korea. Rodman went to North Korea. Steven Seagal went to North Korea. It's like, what the fuck? I just think people want to like test the limits of what can happen to them.
Yeah.
These people will keep you if they really want to.
Yeah, look at this. This is from like late last year. The Steven Seagal and Vladimir Putin bromance is still going strong. Like they're in the middle of a war, bro.
I don't know, man. Steven Seagal's a strange man.
Look, intelligence agencies around the world have spotted American actor Steven Seagal among Russian special forces positioned around outskirts. Like he's fighting against Ukraine.
He's not actually fighting, dude. He's just sitting in the fucking foxhole. There's no.
He's
not in good enough shape.
He's dressed. Look, he's dressed like a Russian.
Sure he is.
And he's over there with. It's pretty funny, dude.
It's ridiculous. The guy's ridiculous.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny stuff.
So when they say redo Star Trek 6, the quote will be, "Only Seagal can go to Russia." John Burton for 279. I liked Michael J. Fox's scene challenging Michael Douglas. Ooh, what movie were they in together? Was it Casualties of War?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Did you read my review of
was Greedy
of She-Hulk, Shane?
Say again? No, fuck no.
All right.
I don't understand. I don't understand
when you're done here
why you keep doing reviews.
You understand? It's so good. I'm so proud of this one.
Oh, okay. Did you write it?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Okay. Let's see it.
Most excellent. The moment I witnessed that majestic booty twerking tutorial, I thought, this is it. This is the pinnacle of television. Deserving every award, accolade, and perhaps a Nobel Prize in twerking studies. Come on, bro.
Okay.
I'll let you guys go read it, but here's another one. I go, Sim's standouts include the indispensable diva friend, because every successful woman needs a quirky best friend. And scroll down to honorable mention, Doomcock, who had no idea he was in it. His sources inside Disney wanted it to be a surprise.
That's actually pretty funny.
Here we go.
I'm gonna have to get you some material soon.
Yeah. You, by the way, Shane's a much better man.
I'm like, if you're fucking doing funny views of She-Hulk, I obviously need to give you more
Note,
shit.
as for all you logical incels with your masculine beards and aversion to pineapple pizza, the world has evolved. But feel free to wallow in your ignorance and refuse to partake in the brilliance of this show. Meanwhile, those of us with thin skin that is thicker than vibranium, who have reached a state of enlightenment where we treat everyone with equal rights and respect, unless you're white, male, or conservative, will bask in the glory of this groundbreaking masterpiece. And under nudity, I was like, blah, blah, blah. She-Hulk and Megan the Stallion can be seen twerking with each other with close-ups of their juicy booties. No nudity involved. Yeah, I went the opposite. Everyone's like, worst thing. I'm like, no, best thing ever.
That's great.
As Tim Roth did a great, awesome, he did amazing. He was awesome at cashing that giant Disney check.
John Burns for 279. Play Will Sasso as Steven Seagal flying.
Oh, I actually love that. Will Sasso did a great Steven Seagal. Everyone's mad at Will Sasso right now because of the AI thing. People need to calm down.
What did he do?
He made he's one of the guys that did the George Carlin AI thing.
Why does anybody care?
I don't know. Calm down, you guys. Relax.
I just don't understand. I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but I don't care that he did it.
No, I don't care. All right, here we go. This is called Crouching Tiger, Hidden Bagels.
That's a good title.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Bagels.
And now, back to Entertainment Tonight's look at Steven Seagal's Crouching Cops, Hidden Badges.
That's right.
I'm Mary Hart. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Steven Seagal. I may hate people that pretend to chat with me, but what I don't hate is making good movies. So I guess I'll today. You got it. Hey,
fast forward.
Hey,
Here we go. Watch this.
All right, in this shot, I'm going to use my magic to run up that wall and then jump up over the roof.
Okay, great. Hey, can we get those wires in here, please?
Whoa, hey. Who said anything about wires? I saw that Chinese movie like 4 times. I didn't see any wires.
Yeah, that's because they were digitally removed.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I should digitally remove your head from your body. If people are paying good American money to see me fly.
He's going to fly.
Oh, what's that? Seems like a point. Doesn't believe.
Watch him. Ready? Here we go. He's going to fly. So he was like, I want to run up the wall the way they did in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Are you that scumbag that doesn't believe?
No.
Oh, okay. I magically jump from this wall and fly over to that wall over there. It's really tough, so everybody make sure that they believe really hard.
Steven, now we're going to go ahead and do this your way without the wires.
Thanks, I only had to ask you like 1 billion times.
So, you know he's doing something right at one time.
Here we go. He's got to fly over there. Ready?
You know, Will Sasso sold out on that one. I gotta tell you, I appreciate that. He really takes a lot to throw your body on the ground like that.
Oh yeah, no, you know, Will Sasso is a really good impressionist. You want to know what held Will Sasso back? Being 400 pounds.
That'll do it. Yeah.
If Will Sasso was skinnier and can represent a lot of people, he would have gone far. He's funny. He does his impressions are rock solid. He does great impressions, but he's so big he can never actually he can do Steven Seagal. You know, he can do only a few people.
Easily,
Same problem with having a beard. Like come Halloween, my wife's like, "Hey, let's do a family Halloween costume." All right, yeah. What do you want to do? He goes, "Okay, well, we can do this. I can't do that stuff. I have a beard."
How about I'm the bowling ball and you guys are the pins?
Yeah, I can play like 3 characters. I can play Tony Stark, but I'm also too fat for Tony Stark, so I'm like fat Tony Stark. So every year I'm just fat Tony Stark now.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's Halloween. You don't have to actually be Tony Stark. It's literally Halloween. You're supposed to be, you will never be the actual
But
thing.
when you have a beard, your options for costumes are extremely limited. And when you're fat, your options are further limited. So having a beard and being
fat and bearded, you're basically
you're
like,
screwed.
Benjamin. I don't know. I don't know. You could be Benjamin Franklin.
You know what's funny is I'm going to be, this Halloween, I'm going to be Will Sasso as Steven Seagal, an inception of costumes.
Oh, I like that. Will Sasso as Steven Seagal. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Will Sasso as Steven Seagal as a Russian soldier.
Okay. I like Kenneth LaRoque's comment here. Fat Thor. I can be Fat Thor.
Oh, I can be Fat Thor. Oh no, yeah, you have blonde hair. You can do it better than I can.
Sort of, yeah. Brown.
Yeah. Blondish. Hey guys, by the way, keep putting your pictures in the Unleashed channel on Discord. I saw a couple more pictures in there. This Wednesday or Tuesday night, I'm gonna take whatever's in there. I'm gonna add it to the training data, and I'll show you what the new and improved Shane 3 looks like.
All right, I can't wait to see it. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
Love
I accidentally
seeing pictures you guys do.
So I threw that computer on to train images, and I learned something. Or I guess I learned something about me not knowing something. My training data is all over the place, and I had that class with that guy. I paid a guy online to show me how to use Python models, and very good dude, by the way. And the thing is, I'm including too much data. So like, if you want to train, like say you want to train it on, the Star Trek Voyager ship or something, or Jerry Ryan,
right?
Every image needs to be the same size, and the point of focus needs to be the same, center, left, whatever it is. It can be different poses, but it's got to be the same. The system doesn't understand how to properly train when it's like, that's not smart enough to realize that Jerry Ryan or whoever it is now on the right side of the screen instead of the left.
All right.
That's why I know like AI is not as smart as people think it is.
What's up, Matt Vader in the chat? Oh, look, he says, hey, and then he insults me. Insults my hat.
Ugly
Come on,
hat,
Matt.
Shane.
You don't even like the Raiders. Come on, man. Be a Dolphin fan, Vader. Be a Dolphin fan. Oh, Niners. Who do you like, Matt? Tell us. Who's your team? Good to see Salty Nerd in the house.
Brother from another mother.
What else we got to talk about here before we get going? I got to go and finish that damn book.
You want to talk about that meeting we have coming up tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Is that tomorrow?
It's tomorrow at 9 a.m., bro.
Jesus Christ. Why did I do that to us? All right. I got to remember that. Yeah, we got a meeting. We're meeting with the companion folks, the companion app folks. Apparently, and we don't know, can't give too much information on it, but looks like Brad Wright might be doing something interesting. So we got a meeting to talk about what he's got going on and how we can possibly support whatever that is. And yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to let you guys know soon exactly what's going on.
Yeah, we get to talk to Brad Wright tomorrow, which is pretty cool. If you told myself 20 years ago when I was watching, season 6 or whatever it was, that I'd be talking to Brad Wright, I probably would have lost my mind. It's pretty awesome. Also, on Wednesday, we're gonna be talking about Stargate a little bit too. So we might have some information to share on Wednesday about Stargate, whether it's the game or whatever.
I doubt. I have a feeling whatever we hear is going to be hush hush still.
Disappointing,
but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully. Drew D wants to know how long until the Voyager doc is ready. Well, hopefully I will have the script to Brian tomorrow, and he will have it ready in about a week. So
thank you for saying that, because I thought you were gonna be like, probably this Friday.
Well, I'm leaving, so I won't be here. I'm leaving Thursday. So Brian's doing the show by himself on Friday. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah.
And I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so I really got to get him that script before I leave, no matter what happens. So,
yep. And yeah, the thing is, for every minute of video, I think the average was about 45 minutes of work. something like that. 30 to 45 minutes. That's the average. Some minutes can take longer than others, and it's a long doc.
It is. It's a long doc, but I got to tell you, I can promise you one thing: you've never seen it like. It's literally every possible piece of Voyager information ever made public.
Yeah, Shane went really ham on this one.
Yeah,
and I cannot wait to read it. It's gonna be good. But yeah, it's gonna take 60 to 80 hours of editing, so we'll see how that goes.
Matt Vader is a Niners fan. You know, the thing about the Niners, Matt, and it's fine. I support anybody who supports their fandom. I cannot like the Niners because of Super Bowl 19, and they beat the Dolphins in Dan Marino's second year. So in the Super Bowl, last time we were at a Super Bowl, so I can't like the Niners. Just can't.
Bro,
but I'm sure you guys will probably win it all.
Did you watch that the movie yet?
What movie?
The Kenobi movie.
The Kenobi movie?
Kenobi.
No, I have not watched the Kenobi. I'm sorry, man. I'm just too busy.
I know. It's okay. It's all right.
I want to watch it.
Watch it on the road when you're away. Grab your laptop.
No, it's on a thumbnail. How the hell am I supposed to do that?
A thumb drive. You have a laptop, right? Just plug it in there.
What, in my fucking car and watch the computer while I'm driving?
That's what I do. On long road trips.
You're crazy.
I have my 12-inch tablet and I put on Netflix or whatever.
Dude, if it's not going on my phone, I promise you, I'm not going to be able to watch it. Well, maybe you could do that. Send me a link so I can watch it on my phone, and I'll watch it on the road.
That might be dangerous. I think I'll just wait. And you need to see it in the.
What are you talking about?
You need to see it. You need to see it in a larger screen. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. All right. I'll put it on. I'll put it on while I'm working.
Yeah. All right, guys. What else? So that meeting tomorrow is going to be fun. Yep. I'm doing the show this Friday. What else? What else we got?
I think that's it.
That's it for now, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll have more. We've got the show Wednesday, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys have a good start to your week. It is Monday. Yeah. Support the clips. Brian's going to be putting out clips every day.
Yeah, I was supposed to put one out this morning, and I woke up late like an idiot because I was working late.
If you guys can, just watch them, let them play or whatever if you've already seen it.
Yeah, like them and comment.
Like them.
Like and comment. That's the best way to help us. If you see one of our clips, just like and comment. That's going to add a lot to the algorithm.
Yeah, huge shout out to, I don't even know if he's here right now, Anthony Mark, who just really, comments on every single video, constantly retweeting our stuff. And I know a lot of you guys do that, but I really notice him doing it really consistently and really can't tell you how much we appreciate that kind of support because, the world's tough. I was looking out there, there are so many people doing shows now. It's like, how do you compete with Howie Mandel and who's the skateboarder? Famous skateboarder.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. All these people. Rob Lowe. Everybody's got a show.
Yeah.
And it's like they all have these people who are famous. I'm like, how tough it is. So how grateful we are that we have you guys that actually want to watch us. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, it is really quite. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Oh, look, Chabby says I watch every clip from you guys, and I also update manager and producer. You are a boss. Thank you, Chabby. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So Chappie, another guy who's always thank yous, and I don't want to leave anybody out. I just happen to notice Anthony do it, but I do. Chappie's always retweeting our stuff, and the multiple of you guys really are. And let me tell you, if you're a member of this channel, we love you. So thank you. Hopefully, it just gets better.
Frodo Live says I messed up by disagreeing with the chat earlier. I truly and humbly apologize. I really don't know the rules. You can disagree with whatever you want. I hope it means sarcastic. Frodo Lives.
Shame, Frodo Lives. Shame, non-believer. Shame.
For shame.
I'm just kidding, man.
Listen,
nobody's going to give you a hard time here, bro.
In this community, we are allowed to disagree on things. That's
absolutely.
Let me tell you something. One of my best friendships that came out of this YouTube experiment is with Jeremy Snyder. I'm not sure if he's here right now. He might be here. He's here. And Jeremy Snyder and I probably don't agree on politics most of the time. right? We are different, very much different people. Like I think I'm a libertarian. I think Jerry might be a little more liberal. I don't know, but we disagree on stuff. But we can disagree respectfully, and we still are Facebook friends. We can talk about things completely fine. We made a mistake when we started this tribalistic thing where we can't talk about things we disagree on.
I agree with that.
You need to be able to disagree. How else do you expect the other side or even you to learn if you can't talk about things or show your opinion or your viewpoint on something respectfully? Instead we go, oh, that person's wearing a red hat, so F him. Or that person has
blue hair.
F him. Like we have
like Brian did with his teacher, with his daughter's teacher.
I'm sorry, bro. You guys think that I was being like bigoted.
I'm sorry. No, it's okay.
If you had seen her, like, you don't understand. Like, she had every vibe you can possibly. And yeah, you know what?
I'm just kidding.
I should be.
I'm just kidding.
She's not a friend. So like, I can look at. I can talk to a friend. They're not a friend. I don't trust the LA United School District or whatever to treat me fairly, like the way I trust other friends that I don't agree on.
Well said. John Burns, see my comment above at Shane. Let's see. An American President at Shane. Yes, that is the movie, An American President with Michael Douglas and I believe Annette Bening and Richard Dreyfuss. Yes.
You know, there's one thing that Jeremy Snyder and I agree on. Is that I love
Hot Peppers?
Is that I love Jeremy Snyder.
Oh, wait, does Jeremy love Jeremy Snyder?
Also spicy pickles.
And spicy pickles.
Yeah.
And some bitchin' cheese that I never got to eat.
Oh, I got to eat
Brian got it.
I got to eat it. It was great.
Which is fine because cheese is tough on my stomach.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's Jeremy's driving at the moment. Be safe out there, brother. Be safe out there.
Jerry Bear in the house. Okay. So hey, let me know how that chili oil went, dude. He bought some of my chili oil.
Ooh.
What a boss.
Nice.
And I want to know what people think. My other buddy, Josh, the Baja racer guy, guy from Twitch, he bought a bottle, and he's such a white guy, dude. He's like, I can't wait to get it. Like, second he got it, he like texted me. He's like, God, bro, I'm making some huevos rancheros with it right now. And I'm like, cool, man. Let me know how it goes. He goes, and like, now he's like, fuck, bro, it's so fucking spicy, bro. It tastes good, but like, I can't feel my face, dude. Like, you need to make it less spicy. I'm like, it's not that spicy, bro.
Like, well, for some, the white people are melting,
Look, I put this in almost everything I eat. I don't even use regular oil
you're
anymore.
A monster. Yeah, but your taste buds are shot. So
that maybe you're right.
John Burns, Michael J. Fox. Yes, Michael J. Fox is also in The American President. He plays the assistant to the president. Fantastic role. By the way, if you haven't seen Michael J. Fox's, I'm gonna do it again, like an apple. I'm pushing Apple here. If you haven't seen his documentary, I'm Still Here or whatever.
Let me ask you a question. Did they give you like a deal I'm not aware of? Because you always talk about Apple streaming. Do they know? Do they know that you're not even paying for your own Apple account?
No, they don't. You're paying for my Apple account. But here's what's funny is it's the only thing that's any good. I hate to say it. It's like it's so good.
I don't know, man. I finished Reacher, and that show is freaking amazing.
I haven't seen Reacher. Maybe it's good.
And I do believe that part of it is that I just miss the entertainment we had 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't care. It was so entertaining.
Yeah. I'm not saying that nothing else is good. Like, there's not anything else good on the other streaming platforms. I'm just saying, like, when you go to Apple and you start watching shit, it's like good. I can't explain it.
I finally watched the end of Legends of Tomorrow. Boy, man, that show ended on a whimper. Jesus.
Did it? Yeah.
It really was almost, it felt like they probably found out halfway through the season that they weren't getting another season, and they just like wrapped up as fast as possible. And
it was spiraling anyways.
A little disappointing. Unlike Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who just got better and better and better. And when it ended, you had a tear going down your face and you were like, I can't believe this is over. It's crazy.
We need to make a list of best TV series of all time. Like seriously, like a
Agents
list
for
of
me
like
is
our
like top tier.
favorites. Well, you mention it so often. We should probably have like a top 5 like shows everybody should watch.
The thing is, like, it's that show. You start watching it, and you're like, "What the f is Brian talking about? This is not that good." But the thing is, you have to remember it starts way down here, and it just continually.
Well, you said first season doesn't count.
Yeah, and the second season is a little bit rocky too, but you start to get the feeling for it. By the end of it, though, you're like hooked.
Fuck, I am never gonna. Here's the thing: is like I don't know how did you watch an entire season of something that wasn't that good, and then watch the first half of a second season of something that wasn't that good, and just kept going without having to like cover it.
I'll tell you how. Because I thought it was attached to Marvel.
I know, but so you thought you had to watch it in order to catch up with the other stuff?
I thought at the time because it was airing. Those first 2 seasons were airing alongside of the Phase 1 MCU. And there was some connections to it, like Avengers season 2. You ever wonder where they got that giant helicarrier that saved all those people from that flying city? Coulson, the dead Coulson in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There was a whole storyline where he procured that for Fury. But the thing is,
do we really care?
It doesn't matter, right? And by the time you get,
oh my god, do you know who was flying that thing? The guy who was in that other show.
And by the end of season 2, you realize that I don't think the writers of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are even made aware of the storylines going on in MCU because they're just trying to fit in where they can, and none of it is. It's all it's not important.
Oh, remember that time when Black Widow jumped off of that building and like, oh look, right below it were these guys having a meeting.
Right. Yeah. And that's it. When they lost the baggage of the MCU and they were like, you know what? Let's not even pretend like we're even involved anymore. Let's just make our own show. That is when it truly became its own thing, and it got better and better and better. When Lucy Lawless shows up, that's when you're like, yeah, great show. Yeah, you just gotta get through the first few seasons. You gotta get through those first few seasons, but you'll get there. I promise.
All right. Someday I'll actually try it.
I know. I would love to tell you like to skip that, but you can't. You have to get
through the shit
because there's too many characters. If you skip 2 seasons, you're not gonna like it. You gotta watch the bullshit. I'm sorry about it. You gotta eat your vegetables first.
Well, we
talked a lot about stuff.
Yeah, I watched Armageddon yesterday. Liv Tyler's still hot. You know, Drew D. Just this last thing.
Empire Records. I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, in Empire Records, Renee Zellweger was the hot one.
I know, but I'm sorry, but Liv Taylor in that Catholic schoolgirl outfit was like,
definitely super hot. No, that was great. But the thing about Armageddon, the thing with Liv Tyler is she looks so much like her dad. It's like
if you grew up with Steven Tyler, she does. Well, remember, I didn't grow up with Steven Tyler, and I was in the '90s. I'm watching Liv Tyler and thinking like, as a 15, you're like, God damn. And then I saw her next to her dad, and I'm like,
yeah,
God damn,
right, yeah. Well, I had this real quick story. I had a guy that worked for me, great guy, awesome guy. I started playing World of Warcraft, and for some reason, his sister was also playing World of Warcraft, and so we started playing together. This is back long before I was married, and so we were actually playing together a lot, and we were like having a great time. She seemed like, I'm like, this is a great chick. She plays video games. You know, wow, she's really funny. She's awesome. And so she lived in another state, but she came out to visit her brother because we were on a ship. And I met her in person, and it was like the fucking spitting image of her brother. And like we tried to go on a couple dates, but I just couldn't do it. Like looking at her was like,
couldn't get his face.
And I'm like, I fucking can't do this. I'm so sorry. And her brother was ugly as shit. I was just like,
oh my God, that's great. Yeah, that's that's really good. Like
blew my mind.
Like, oh, hi there. Yeah, I remember when I was young, MySpace was first thing, and I became friends with this girl, so sweet and so smart, gamer, like just a really cool person. I'm like, man, dude, I got married too early. I just remember thinking, I hope my wife never sees this. I remember thinking I got married too early because this girl likes everything I like. She's pretty. She's smart. We had conversations in Ventrilo playing Counter-Strike. Awesome chick, right? And this is the art of the camera angle is really a thing, because all I ever saw was the MySpace photos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to Winter CPL. I played in a tournament. It was called Winter CPL. It was sponsored by Steam. It was one of the first big Counter-Strike tournaments. I got third place, by the way, with my team. I was pretty proud of that moment. But she showed up to the Winter CPL to support me and the other guys, because we were all friends by this time. She wasn't on the team, but she hung out with us. And I was like so excited to meet this chick, even though I'm married. I'm not going to do anything. And my first impression was like, what the how is this? I recognize, like, generally the face. This is before filters, but she was very unattractive. Yeah. But the pictures was like, what just happened? Now, we're still friends, and I'm not trying to be rude, but from my perspective, the pictures were so misleading. I was almost offended.
A lot of online dating was back then too. Yeah. It was never right.
I'm so glad I got married early and not have to worry about any of that nonsense.
Chappie, member for 9 months, associate producer. Thank you, Chappie. Guys, do a review of season 1 and 2 of Reacher.
Dude, I would love to do that. Shane hasn't watched it yet, though.
Actually, I might watch it, though. I'm really out of stuff that I want to watch right now. And I haven't seen Reacher, so maybe I'll start watching it, and afterwards we'll cover it.
Great show. I also saw an article where it was Tom Clancy that did Reacher, right? I believe.
What's that?
What author wrote the Reacher character? Tom Clancy, right?
No, I don't think so. No, he wrote the. He's the John. No, he's the other guy. He doesn't do Reacher, or does he?
No, I'm sorry. No, it's based on novels by Lee Child.
No, he does. Now you got to have me do it. It's Jack
Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lee Child. Anyway, I saw an article where the author and I tried to find it for a story, but I couldn't after the fact. Where the author basically said that he based the character on someone he met, who was really secretive, and when he asked him what his name was, the guy made a joke because he reached for something, and he said, "Well, you just call me Reacher, because you can't know my name." And I don't know if it was like publicity or whatever, but like he said, he based that character and those stories on an actual person that he met that was in the military intelligence. Whatever it is. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but I want to believe that.
I mean, why not? I mean, it probably had to somehow get inspired. Probably has something to do with James Bond as well. Probably has something to do with Jack Ryan. The thing is that, these aren't new characters. You just sometimes you get lucky and you hit it right. And honestly, Tom Cruise helped him quite a bit with his movies.
Yeah, he did. Okay, my friends, I love you so much. We love you so much.
Yes.
We're going to bounce on out of here. Shane's got to get that script done, and I got a ton of work I got to do. But we'll be back on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you can join us again. And like Shane said, if you see our clips out there in the wild, please hit the like, throw a comment. Even if the comment's just, "Hey, what's up, Brian?" Cool. I will respond. Whatever it is. We love you so much. We appreciate you being members. We appreciate you supporting us. You're absolutely amazing. We couldn't do this without you. And we're just very humbled that you come to watch us every week. And that's pretty awesome.
Amen. Well said.
Shane?
Love you guys. See you guys on Wednesday.
Later, guys.
We're in Discord.
Yeah. Maybe. Discord. Come to Discord.
So, until we are dick up and flat